Well, this is it. We are all Paris Saint-Germain fans. I'm correct about that, aren't I? I know that much for sure. We are all Paris Saint-Germain fans tonight, and let's hope that they can get the job done against Tottenham. We're going to find out a lot about Tottenham tonight. We're going to find out exactly who they are. We're going to find out exactly who Thomas Frank's men are, and this could be a real indicator as to how Tottenham will do this season, because they're playing the second best team in the world. That is who they are currently playing. They're playing the best team in Europe and the second best team in the world. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Tottenham get on here. But let's be completely honest, every single person in the world is desperate that Paris Saint-Germain win this game. The game is taking place in Udinese. Do you know what? Everybody knows that I don't like Tottenham, and this is painful for me. Like playing in a Super Cup, going to Udinese to watch your team face off against Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, that is big, and Tottenham should be really loving this, and I am jealous that it's not us. Like, going to the eastern part of Italy to watch your team play football. Like, I remember when we played in this. We played in Monaco against Atletico Madrid. I went to that one. We played in Prague, weirdly. I remember playing in Prague. Lukaku, Bayern Munich that year. So, I think that this competition matters. I know people like to call it a sort of glamorised friendly or even compare it to the Charity Shield. But personally speaking, I like it. And the fact that Tottenham are there does not fit comfortably with me. I'm going to be completely honest. It is not the way I want life to be. It's going to be very interesting to see how Tottenham line up. We're going to get a real insight into the way that Tottenham will proceed this season. They've got a very interesting team, and it looks like they've got a 16-year-old on the bench, which is an interesting approach from them. But ultimately, I'm really hoping that this is going to be like a magical night for Paris Saint-Germain. Let me dive into the chat and see what you're all saying. Thank you, by the way, so much for tuning in. Would you do us a favour? Would you click like on this stream? It massively helps us out. I have no idea why, but it really does. Where are we in the super chat? Bill's been very kind about reaching 350,000 subscribers, mate. I can't believe it. I'm so honoured. Thank you all so much. It really does mean an awful lot, and I honestly cannot believe that it's happened. I mean, do you know what? I remember thinking that 50,000 subs was a reach. I remember talking to my dear mate. He commented on an Instagram post that I put up about this, actually. My dear friend, Adi Oladipo, and his comment really did awaken something in me. When I started a YouTube channel, we started one similar time. He went to me, do you remember when you said 50,000 subs was a reach? And basically we dreamed of reaching 50, both of us. He has just reached 100 as well, which is fantastic news. JTR is in the chat here and has said something that I will not repeat. It's not the feeling that I have around this game, but I am looking forward to it. You know, I don't know if it's just because we've been so deprived of football that finally we can watch a competitive game, because in my opinion, this really does mean something, and I am looking forward to it. I just desperately hope that Tottenham get the job done. I mean, they just have to get the job done, don't they? I mean, there is a real sneaking suspicion in me that Tottenham are going to win today. But what do you reckon? Who do you think wins this? Give me your score predictions in this chat section now. Let me see what you think. Paris Saint-Germain 3-0, says Matthew Sexton. I do hope that you are correct. Paris Saint-Germain battering incoming, says Kiri. Again, I desperately hope that you are correct. Fingers crossed it can go that way, because the alternative doesn't really bear thinking about. I'm looking at the scenes now. I'm looking at the Tottenham fans who have all travelled in huge numbers, by the looks of them here, to Udinese. And I'm going to be totally honest with you, and it's not often I say this, I'm incredibly jealous of Tottenham. It's very rare that I say that, but playing in a Super Cup, it matters. It means something. It means that you are one of the most significant and high-profile teams in Europe. It means that you have done something so significant in Europe. To be in this fixture, you have made history. And I'm not happy that Tottenham are there. So fingers crossed, Paris Saint-Germain will get the job done and get the job done quickly. Right, the players are in the tunnel. There is Romero lining up. I was surprised because there was a huge chance that we wouldn't see him in a Tottenham shirt again. And he's walking out now. He's got Marquinhos alongside him. And this is just prestigious. You know, leading a team out in the Super Cup, it really does matter. And this is massive for Tottenham now. Look, they're both walking out with their trophies. Romero picks up the Europa League. Marquinhos picks up the European Cup. I'm looking at the Paris Saint-Germain Ultras. It's a fascinating fan culture at at Paris Saint-Germain. It really is. They have a wonderful fan culture, so interesting. I urge anyone to read up on the fan cultures there. I think it's called the Boulogne Boys or the Stade Routais, and it really is fascinating the way that the way that it works. It really is interesting because they've basically got two sets of fans that despise one another but both adore Paris Saint-Germain. So it is something that I am very envious of, the fact that Tottenham are playing here. But let us all now just keep our fingers crossed that they get beat. And Romero leading out Tottenham here, obviously off the back of Heung-min Son. There's Luis Enrique. What a king he is. Thomas Frank looking very calm. He's got his lily white top on. Luis Enrique, man, what a king. What an absolute icon that man is. Like, I really do rate him so highly. It will be very interesting to see how Thomas Frank's side get on with this. It will be very interesting to see. But I am obviously naturally hoping that they get battered. Callum Fryer in the Super Chat with the first Super Chat of the night. Thank you very much, Callum Fryer. Says, thoughts on Tottenham's window if Eze and Savinio get over the line? Also 3-1 Tottenham. No, Callum, not 3-1 Tottenham. 3-1 Paris Saint-Germain, please. Or 5-0 Paris Saint-Germain, even better. However, I must say that I think Tottenham have done good business. And if they end up getting Eze and Savinio, I think it's excellent business. I will also say that the Palhinha signing, it's right up there. It's the exact signing that Tottenham should be making. You know, they needed somebody to elevate that midfield. They needed a defensive-minded midfielder. And I know that there'll be a heartbroken Tottenham that they missed out on Gibbs White. But on some level, I think that this could be a more significant signing. Signing Palhinha to come in, play that defensive midfielder role. They needed to elevate Yves Bissouma. He's too unpredictable. He's too wild. And bringing in Palhinha, Premier League proven, been doing the business in Germany. It's an excellent signing. It's the exact sort of signing that they make. And if they can then marry up the signing of Palhinha, which is a very intelligent signing, with, Savinio is a good player. You know, he ran us ragged first day of the season last year. And then again, if they get Eze, on some level, that could actually move the needle on Tottenham. Like, I think at the moment, if you ask most people to predict their season, most people would say that Tottenham are not going to make it into the top 5. Not many people would have Tottenham qualifying for the Champions League. Top 6 maybe, top 7 possibly, top 8 definitely. But not many people would say that Tottenham are the team to make it into the top 5. I believe that if they sign Eze, they immediately will be. It's as simple as that. Sign Eze and they immediately will be. I've seen in the chat here, by the way, we've put it to the vote. Who will win the game tonight? Who is going to lift the Super Cup aloft? Who is going to win their second piece of European silverware in very quick succession? Paris Saint-Germain with a resounding 67% of the vote, which is pretty big. So let us hope that the football knowledge, let us hope that the intuition, that the brain power, that everybody who has voted there flexing their analytical football muscle is correct, because we desperately want that. Look at Romero, Tottenham captain, off the back of Heung-min Son's departure. That is something. That is something. Romero captain. You know, at various points it looked like he was going to leave. At various points it looked like he was going to go. Go to Atletico Madrid felt like the obvious answer. But it now seems like he's going to be remaining at Tottenham, staying at Tottenham, creating a partnership with Danso. Van der Ven's playing left-back here. This is interesting. Paulinho, Bentancur, Sarr in the middle. Richarlison leading the line. Spence and Kudus. It's not a great team as it looks there, is it? It doesn't feel like an especially good team. Robert John's in the Super Chat. How are you, Robert? Thank you for your continued support on this channel. Can I ask anyone watching, by the way, to give this stream a like? It really does help me out, if you would be so kind. And Robert John says, why Chelsea not in for Donnarumma? Feels like a huge upgrade from only seeing City linked to him. Robert, it doesn't make sense. I completely agree with you. It really doesn't make sense. It's so frustrating. The reason is because he isn't young and there isn't going to be a major sell on value. That is the reason why. That is the problem that we have. That is why Chelsea won't go for Donnarumma. But it's a heartbreaker, because I guarantee you this. Donnarumma lands at Chelsea and Chelsea suddenly are capable of winning the league. That's not me saying that Chelsea will win the league. That's not me saying Chelsea are guaranteed for the league. Nothing like that. I wouldn't even say that we're favourites. But if Chelsea were in for Donnarumma, if Donnarumma ended up being a Chelsea player, all of a sudden, I think that we become capable of winning the league. Like, I think that Liverpool are favourites. I can certainly see a world where Arsenal are good enough. You can never discount Pep Guardiola. But Donnarumma at Chelsea, when you think about our attacking threat, changes everything. And the fact that he is not in this Paris Saint-Germain lineup really does suggest to me that Chelsea should be in for him. But he isn't, and that is just the way that it is. And we are underway here in Udinese as Paris Saint-Germain take on Tottenham. What a moment this is. And do you know when you see Romero and Marquinhos leading their teams out, carrying the silverware? I mean, it changes everything, doesn't it? It shows you just how huge it is. And that is why you really do want to win this. That is why this tournament really does matter. So let us see how this goes. Tottenham immediately, you must be joking. I mean, that would have just been a disaster, wouldn't it? What a terrible way. I'd have had to turn the stream straight off, actually. I mean, Tottenham goes straight on the attack there. Yeah, I mean, absolute, complete and utter disaster if they'd scored there. But thankfully, they did not. And God, look at the Paris Saint-Germain fans behind that goal, really giving it. They've got great support, Paris Saint-Germain. They really do. So vocal, so volatile, so passionate. It really is great. And this is nice, isn't it? I love doing this. Just tuning in, watching a bit of football with the community. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in. And like I say, do me a favour, like that stream. Thank you very much. Whoa, a huge super chat has just landed. Incredibly generous here from Owen, who says, Rory, I saw your all-time overrated 11. Rio Ferdinand didn't deserve to be in there. I would have put Ruben Diaz in. City fans say he's world-class. Don't see it. Doesn't start for Liverpool. Doesn't start for Arsenal. Interesting, Owen. Interesting, because Ruben Diaz, at various points, has been magnificent. But I agree with you. He isn't quite the player that we think he is. The reason why, if you watch that video, Addy and I were discussing it, and the rationale that we put Rio Ferdinand in there isn't because Rio Ferdinand isn't a wonderful player, a remarkable player, an elite level player, one of the very best who have ever done it. Like Rio Ferdinand, a true icon, a great at the game, no doubt. The reason why we put him in there was because under our definition of overrated, he isn't the best to have done it in the Premier League. He isn't better than John Terry. Like, that is just facts. He is not a better defender than John Terry. All this myth about Rio Ferdinand sort of dictating the play and having this like calm composure and spraying passes. Show me videos of it, because it didn't happen. Conversely, John Terry is seen as being this sort of robust, rugged defender. And he wasn't that. He was calm. He was starting Chelsea attacks. He was spraying the ball. You can see the footage there. His weak foot, left foot, pinging the ball over the top. Florian Malouda runs on goal. Left foot, pinging the ball over the top. Ashley Cole runs on cross goal. Like, it was John Terry. To the reason and the rationale, whether you disagree with it is a different thing. But the rationale that we said John Terry overrated, Rio Ferdinand overrated, wasn't because he wasn't a great, because he was a great. It was because he was never the best to have done it in the Premier League. Tottenham, do you know what? I've missed this. I've missed this sort of visceral feeling of football. Like, you know when football breaks and the season's over, you kind of go, okay, the football's finished for a bit. That'll be interesting. We can crack on. Go on holiday, take your kids away. Go on holiday with your missus, whatever. And then you know what you miss? Do you know that impassioned, almost guttural feeling? Like, that's what football is, isn't it? It's the only time that I really display major emotion. Like, when my heart beats fast. It doesn't happen to me that much in life anymore, but it does when Tottenham nearly score in a European game. It does. I don't want it to happen desperately. When Chelsea scored a last-minute winner against Leeds this season, my heart is going to go through the roof. And that is why I am so glad that football is back. Like, this time of the season, it is the most exciting time because we can all dream. Who knows what is going to happen? Who knows what we are all capable of? And Paris Saint-Germain on the attack. If Paris Saint-Germain gets a goal, I am going to go potty. Genuinely. I really, really do hope that Paris Saint-Germain win this game. Let me get back into the chat and see what you are saying. We haven't even hit 100 likes. How outrageous. I'm heartbroken. Surely there must be. By the way, is anyone in this stream one of my 20%ers? Because I have created a members scheme. And the reason I've called them the 20%ers is because of my videos that goes out, there are 20% of people that watch the full thing. So I can conclude from that there are 20% of people that want to watch more. Because most people have tuned out by 80%, whereas there are 20% that hang about. So I created a members scheme where I'll do more content, more Q&As, live Q&As, more interactive stuff, more videos. Are any of the 20 percenters currently in the channel? Currently in the stream? Let me know. Are you there? Yeah, that's my face. Excellent. Oh, Robert Johns is, I believe, because you've got Flamingo. Love that. You've got Flamingo next to your name. Yeah, you certainly are, Robert. Thank you very much. And welcome, dear sir. Welcome. Dara Connolly has just become a Tier 1 season ticket holder. What's happening, Dara? Welcome, sir. And Kiri Anderson is as well. Cutlass is as well. Right here, Matthias. Oh, wicked. Love that. Love that. Welcome, gents. Love it. Thank you very much. Kevin Cusak's less sure. Like that. He's not sure. He watches a lot, but he's not sure if he wants to be a 20%er, which I rate. I totally get that. Yeah, I understood. No reason why you should, sir. If you are like, the content on the normal stuff will not change. Derek Connolly, you know about it, sir. Let me see what is going on. Owen. Oh, I thought it was a Tarkovsky. It's a Twarkovsky. Says, shows how good you are at this. Myself and other Tottenham fans listen to your stream instead of other Tottenham backstreet. Oh, you're very kind, sir. Although I do imagine that you would most certainly have tuned off if Paris Saint-Germain score, because I will become unbearable. So, but I do appreciate you joining in. Do you know, it's quite funny, isn't it? Whenever you whenever I meet Tottenham fans, like I met a fellow on the tube the other day, a Highbury and Islington on the Victoria line. And he came straight over and he was sort of on the front foot. Really sound. Like, I always think that Tottenham fans are going to be the most aggressive. But my actual interaction with them has been generally quite sound. Which is obviously good. You're interested in the way you talk about football. Intriguing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. The Swedish football fan. Right, I've got a quiz for you. Name a Swedish Chelsea player. I thought I'd be good at this. Oh my God. I can think of many. Danes, Norwegians. Right, Dane. Brian Laudrup. Norwegian, Tore Andre Flo. Swede. Oh my God, I'm better at this game. Nobody type anything in. I'm not even gonna look at my laptop. Watch this, I'm gonna get it, right? Name a Dane that isn't Brian Laudrup. Jakob Jelberg. Name a Norwegian that isn't Tore Andre Flo. A Norwegian that isn't Tore Andre Flo. Hang on a minute, I can think of Finn, Mikkel Forsell. I can think of another Dane, Jez Ho. I can think of another Dane, Jesper Gronkia. I can think of another Dane, Bjarni Goldbeck. Oh, unlucky Paris Saint-Germain. I'm now going to name a Swede. I can think of a Finn, Mikkel Forsell. I can think of an Icelander, Eidiger Johnson. I am about to now name... Oh my God. What is going on? The Swedish football fan has... I'm not saying another word until I name a Swede. Okay, Swedish Premier League players. Freddie Ljungberg, Henrik Larsson, Kim Kallström. Okay, I'll do this for days. Okay, I'm going to have to Google it. Sorry, let me see what the chat's saying here. Michael Laudrup. Brian Laudrup. Michael Laudrup was at... Brian Laudrup played for Chelsea, didn't he? Yeah, Michael Laudrup was not. Thomas Brolin. He didn't play for Chelsea. Thomas Brolin was at Palace, wasn't he? He was at Palace when he was big, fat and heavy. But come on, Paris Saint-Germain. This is getting a bit annoying now. I do not like this being as it is. I really did hope that Paris Saint-Germain would be at least 1-0 up by now. I really did. But sadly, we don't always get what we like. What else is going on in the chat? Let me see what is being said. Magnus Hedman. What a goalie. What a goalie. Hang on a minute. There has not been a Chelsea Swede. Is that right? I don't think there has been one. No wonder I couldn't name one. Talk about setting me up for a fail. The Swedish football fan set me right up for a failure there, didn't he? Oh, Magnus Hedman. Okay, I'm looking it up now. I've literally never heard of these people. Amina Fain, no. Andra Idrisson, no. No, don't know. Magnus Hedman, I possibly could have got. I remember him. Magnus Hedman was at Coventry, wasn't he? I don't really remember him at Chelsea at all. But realistically, what chance did I have? What chance would I have had in that debate? Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Please, 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 please. Michael's at Juve, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. Yeah, he was an amazing player. He was an amazing player. What else is going on in the chat? Greeting from Amsterdam, says Al Yost. What is happening, mate? What is happening? Who's your favourite Irish Chelsea player? Damien Duff with an honourable mention to Terry Phelan. We got that Terry Phelan. Whoa, that Terry Phelan. Now he's gone. Oh. Daniel Blake says, I am doing well, but I'll be doing better, regardless of what your final thing said. I'll be doing a lot better when Paris Saint-Germain go 2-0 up. Because I do not want Tottenham. Tottenham win this, it's bad news. It's just bad news. It's bad news for everything. The feeling around the club, more silverware, Thomas Frank off to a flyer, beating Paris Saint-Germain will give them a load of confidence. Tottenham are now on the attack. This is not what we want to see. Make sure that you make a tackle. Okay, excellent. Slow them right down. Yeah, slow them right down. That's good. That's good enough. That's a very kind message there from the NK898. Thank you very much. Very kind of you, sir. Michael says up to Damien Duff. I mean, he was a sensational player. Weirdly forgotten Damien Duff. Like a scintillating footballer. Brilliant. That low cross that he used to do where you drive it across the area. But no, I loved him. Truly loved him. Will Alexander Isak get the move? I mean, look, I feel like he will, but I feel like it's going to become this long, drawn-out, protracted saga that goes till the final moments of the window. I think Newcastle are going to be in a situation where they have no option but to allow him to leave. But I think it's going to be really, really tough. Lewis Hull says, as much as you hate Tottenham, who's your all-time favourite Tottenham player? Glenn Hoddle, and not just because of the Chelsea links. The way that Glenn Hoddle would play, like truly, truly masterful footballer. But you know what? I love Teddy Sheringham as well. Like, you know how good he was. He was so good for England. Like, real London boy as well. Like, I love Teddy Sheringham. When I was a kid, I liked Klinsmann. Who else? I quite like that Tottenham team. You know that famous 5 Tottenham team? Where they had Sheringham, Nick Barmby, Jurgen Klinsmann, Dumitrescu and Popescu. Like, Nick Barmby was a good player, wasn't he? He went to Everton and Liverpool. I know what he's doing now. I haven't heard from him for years. I haven't heard about him. What the hell is Nick Barmby up to now? Robert John says, Richarlison is not just a Champions League footballer. How is he going to be playing? He's just not a Champions League footballer. I completely agree with you. No, it's quite ridiculous that he's still there. Duff beer for me, Duff beer for you. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I do agree. I'm surprised that he's still there, Richarlison, because it's just not good enough. Like he just is not good enough for Tottenham to be the team that Tottenham need to be and they want to be. I just don't see how he can be anywhere near it. I just don't see how it can ever happen. This is nice, isn't it? Just a nice stream with the community. So thank you to every single one of you for tuning in. Really do appreciate it hugely. Would you do me a favour? Would you please click that like button? Apparently it really helps me out. So if you would be kind enough to click like if you are new around here. Right, come on. No, you must close Richarlison down. You must close him down. You haven't. And now oh God, these offside surely. Yeah, fine. No problems. No drama. Oh, excuse me. Tottenham have done well so far. You know, still in it. You can't really see the huge chasm between the team. And you know, Tottenham, yeah, they're doing well. When you think about the front line that they're up against here, You know, a Barcola, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele. It's not going to be easy. And the way that they play, it's all so fluid, isn't it? Here we go now. Here we go. It's a very good tackle from Tottenham, defending resolutely. See, this is what the Thomas Frank effect is. Just set them up, get them almost drilled into a formation. Be intelligent, receive the ball. When you're on the ball, do well. It's very, very clever. And this is why he's a good manager. I'm so jealous of Tottenham fans at the moment. Out in Udinese, on the beers in sunny Italy. It's right over eastern Italy as well, you know, near Croatia. It will be boiling. Oh, I'd love to be there now watching Chelsea win a European game. I really, really would. Heartbreaker. And it's a double heartbreaker because the fact that it's Tottenham. Like, the fact that it's Tottenham who are there is just never going to make it easy. Really not going to make it easy at all. Right. Oh, there's Luis Enrique. What a cool man he is. Like, just does it all so easy, Enrique, doesn't it? It all comes to him just so easy. Like, so impressive. I think he's a king, Luis Enrique. Like, I love him. I think he is one of the best managers in the world, undoubtedly. Like, a real, real king. Robert John says Tottenham should try and bring Ivan Toney back to the Premier League. Yeah, I think there's something in it for Tottenham because they do need reinforcements up front, no doubt. And they have Champions League football to offer, but they just can't offer the wages that he's on at the moment. You know, and also there's no reason for Ivan Toney to give it up because he's clearly not totally motivated by football. So there's no reason for him to not simply, like, it's very easy for Ivan Toney to stay in Saudi, earn the money, and still get picked for England. Like, there's no need for him to give it up. Footy says, who do you hate more, Tottenham or Arsenal? Tottenham. And that should be the answer for every Chelsea fan. It just is the answer. Tottenham are our biggest rivals. There is no two ways about it. Tottenham are far and away our biggest rivals. So it simply has to be them. It just simply has to be them. Fozzie says, where does Enrique rank in terms of the best managers in the world? Probably second. I mean, Guardiola's in a league of his own, isn't he? And then I believe Luis Enrique is comparable. Like, I actually believe that he is comparable. I think Luis Enrique is a genius. Like, a true genius. But yeah, I think that, like, you just can't argue with Guardiola, the best team ever in the world, apparently, at Barcelona. You can't argue with the 4 in a row at Man City. You can't argue with the Centurions. You can't argue with the European Cup. You can't argue with the treble. Like, it's amazing what he has done. Like, truly amazing. But Luis Enrique is most certainly in that conversation. He was the manager that I wanted at Chelsea. Like, not now. I'm very happy with Enzo Maresca now. But he was the manager that I wanted at Chelsea. You know, when we were looking for a manager, you know, when it was debatable who was going to be the next Chelsea manager. He was the manager that I wanted. I thought he was the answer to what Chelsea's problems were at the time. Right, come on, Paris Saint-Germain. It'd be so big for Tottenham to win this, you know. It would be so big for Tottenham to win this. Robert John says, I mean, you can argue it with the 115, but I get what you're saying. I mean, you possibly can, but that's not really Guardiola. You know, that would be... Let's see what happens with that. Oh, look at those Paris Saint-Germain fans behind the goal. Look at the movement. Look at the theatre. Look at the noise. The passion. They've got such good fans. Is this a fair comment? Paris Saint-Germain have the best support in Europe. Do Paris Saint-Germain, do you agree with me? Napoli, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool make a racket when it's going. But I think it's Paris. Oh, PSG. Da, 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 da. But yeah, I think that Paris Saint-Germain could easily have the best support in Europe. Rangers and Celtic, yeah, good shout. Dortmund, says Kevin Cusack, they deserve a shout as well, yeah. Yeah. Glasgow Rangers, says Johnny Bird, absolute shout. Glasgow Celtic, again, deserve a shout. Dortmund. Do you know, weirdly, Dortmund, Dortmund wasn't great. Like, when Chelsea have played Dortmund, they haven't been. And do you know what? I went to that ground. I went to Dortmund when England played there. You know, when Ollie Watkins scored that goal against the Dutch. I went to the ground. I wasn't as impressed as I thought I was going to be. You know, I'd heard great things about the ground. Obviously, you see the ground on the telly. It looks amazing. But I wasn't... Like, I remember when I went to the San Siro for the first time, well, the only time, and it was immense. I remember being in the San Siro, and it felt like a cauldron. It felt like the home of football. It felt like a theatre, like a pantheon, like a gladiatorial place to be. It felt so historic, steeped in history and blood and sweat, and you could almost feel that the soul of like Baresi and Crespo all there. I'm not sure that's how I felt with Dortmund. It didn't feel the same. It really didn't. Yeah, Kevin, like underwhelming. And I haven't particularly been impressed by Dortmund's support. Rangers, Celtic, Paris Saint-Germain, Scousers on their day, you know. The Turkish side, some of those Turkish sides make a racket. Anyone else? Who is it? This is a great video. We should do. Who is the best? Who has the best support? What makes fans better than others, though? As PSG are good, but their ultras are thugs at times. Yeah, they can be. They can be, but that is football, isn't it? You know, I think it's weird when people are trying to raise that from acknowledgement in the game. Like, yeah, there is an aggressive side to football. There is. That's the game. That's what exists. And yeah, Paris Saint-Germain have an incredibly brutal history. Like the hit, go on, son. Right, they're in here. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. That's a lovely touch, man. That Doué is a player. So easy. They haven't really threatened Tottenham, though, and this is brilliant for Tottenham. Like, if you're a Tottenham fan watching this now, you are over the moon. Thomas Frank is just getting it so right, time and time again. He set this team up so well. He really has. Mohamed Kudus there going in with a slightly lively tackle. And again, there's room for that. There is room for that in football. Leaving one in, absolutely. There is a place in the game for it, no doubt. But no, in terms of the best support, he's off again. He's playing really well here, Kudus. Richarlison's one-on-one with it. He's hit it early. Do you know what's interesting there, though? Richarlison hit it early, and look, you can catch a keeper out. But what was slightly cowardly is I think Richarlison knew that he didn't have the beating of the defender. You know, it's Dembele gives it away, plays it to Richarlison. Richarlison intercepts it. Mohamed Kudus does brilliantly. Real drop the shoulder, plays a perfect ball into Richarlison. He gets a good shot away, but he's going away from goal, and it's going to take a spectacular effort. You know, it was deflected, which could have given the keeper more of a problem. But I think Richarlison hits it so early because he knows he can't beat the man. It wasn't a bad effort, but if he's braver there, takes a touch and tries to beat the man, tries to drop a shoulder on the man, tries to outpace, outfight the man, he's completely in on goal. Set piece, Tottenham free header. Oh, bloody hell. I think Bentancur needs to do better with that. Like, I really do. You're not going to get many better. He's literally a free header. He's coming on it. The only man challenging him is his own man. And if Rodrigo Bentancur thinks he's going to get better chances than that in Europe, he's going to be majorly mistaken. Like, that is, when it comes to like European football, when it comes to Champions League football, that is a brilliant chance. That is about as good a chance as you can possibly dream of getting. That's it. Bentancur can't be missing those on a regular basis. Like, you really cannot be missing those. Yeah, not good enough there. Not good enough at all from Bentancur. Yeah, Kudus started well, hasn't he? He started really well. I mean, he's got to be careful. He's a little bit too cynical in some of the challenges. And, I mean, he could have been booked, but lively start from Kudus. Clearly out to impress. Clearly trying to endear himself to the Tottenham fans. He's been saying it, hasn't he? He's been talking a really good game for Tottenham. Saying that he's always dreamed of playing for them, even though he's a West Ham player and whatever else. And like leaving one in the way he did just there on Vitinha, it's not a bad idea. Like, you know, you get booked, which you can't be getting booked. But it was a risk that he took, and he got away with it. So fair enough. Rohill in the chat here says, "Evening, Rory. Hope you've had a good day. It's been fine. Distinctly average at points, to be totally frank with you, but decent at others. And yeah, I hope that everybody else has as well." Rory, head before heart. Do 2 of the promoted teams survive? Alex, have you watched my prediction video that is on this channel? You can watch it Actually, don't watch it now because I'd be ashamed to lose you. But I've done a prediction video on this very channel, and you will see it. You will see exactly who I believe will be relegated, and you will see exactly who I believe will finish 12th, 6th, and 1st. It's all in that video, mate. It's all in that video. But I think that we are going to have, I honestly believe that this season is going to be one full of jeopardy, swings, roundabouts, ebb, flow, the natural sway of a season. And here is going to be some real highlights. It is going to be big. Really, really big. AJ Valdez says, "Rory, what brand are those Penguin shirts?" The brand is called Penguin Clothing. And I clearly love it because I wear a lot of it. But yeah, mate, get yourself a bit. It's nice gear. Matthew Sullivan says, "Would you swap Chelsea's back line for Tottenham?" No, I don't think I would. I mean, I think Chelsea need to elevate our back line, but I think Tottenham need to elevate theirs. And also, the players at Tottenham's back line that are, meant to be the main men, the likes of say Romero, I don't rate him as highly as everyone else. I really do not rate him as highly as everyone else does. So no, I would not take Tottenham support. I most certainly would not, and I would not take Tottenham's back line either. Throwing it into the box, Tottenham go up. This is where Tottenham could give Paris Saint-Germain a real problem, like cause them damage. Into the box early. Thomas Frank, good with set pieces. The delivery from Tottenham here is just a bit lackadaisical. There's not enough venom on the ball, not enough whip on the ball. Like, you've got to get it into that box. Get it in there lively. Oh, God. Keeper nearly got caught out there. Kevin Kuzak says the Penguin has a little tie. It doesn't, does it? Yeah, you're right. The Penguin does. He has a little tie. It's dope. Dope is good, I presume. And if it is dope, then... If dope means good, then yeah, I agree with you. Mate, Tottenham have been good here. It wasn't long ago when I was watching football. What was it? A week ago, like, Tottenham were totally outplayed by Bayern Munich. Like, battered by Bayern. And now look. Like, they're doing well here, Tottenham. They're doing really well. Overall, I would say that Thomas Frank could be the happier manager. That's a fantastic pass there. That ball from Ousmane Dembele. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, corner, Paris Saint-Germain. Come on, boys. Vive la France. Avons allons de la patrie. Avons de longtemps de stade TV. Love, love, love. Thank you very much, AJ Valdez. Cool surname, man. He says, "Love your content." That's really kind of you, mate. Massively, massively appreciate it. Right, Vitinha about to whip in a corner here in front of the Tottenham faithful, who've travelled in big numbers. Fair play. Fair play. Right, corner kick about to come in. Right in front of Tottenham's loyalist fans. Vitinha whips it in. Oh, it's massively overhit. Come on. You've got to put Tottenham under pressure in those circumstances. But again, it's excellent defending from Tottenham. Mate, this is a worry. This is a worry. Just My Choice says, "Rory, if there's one thing that you could bring back from the Premier League in the 90s, early 2000s, what would it be?" Standing. Proper terracing. Affordable tickets. I think if there was one thing that would have a huge impact on the game, would be affordable tickets. Rohill says, Rory, do you watch any other sports apart from football? Yeah, I watch football through the winter months, cricket through the summer. Oh, God, that was nearly a really big interception there. Nearly a really big interception there from Kudus. God. Slightly rickety play from Paris Saint-Germain at the back, but Vitinha's on the ball now, so everything is right with the world again. But yeah, cricket through the summer. I went to the Oval last week, watched a bit of the England-India. But no, I like most sports. Boxing, getting stuck into the darts at Christmas. But yeah, boxing and cricket would be my other two sort of favourite sports. You bring back affordable tickets over Zola. I mean, the two sort of go hand in hand. Mung says, Rory, are you on Fantasy Premier League? No, mate, I am not. But maybe I should. I reckon I'd just win that Fantasy Premier League too easy, though. Palmer, 15-plus Premier League goals this season. More than that. Max Terry says, Rory, what's your favourite decade of football from your life? I'll tell you the best era of football ever. It was the period of football that had everything good from football of an old era and everything good from football of this era. So it had sort of relatable footballers and affordable tickets, but equally it had good stadiums and you weren't going to get battered at the ground. And I reckon that period is probably the golden period between 1997 and 2008. There was let's call it 97 to 2007. That 10-year period before the money had gone mental, but also we'd moved away from some of the dramas of the football stadiums of the 80s. That would be my shout. A super chat has just landed. You are too kind, sir. It's from D. Ricky, who says, Rory, you lost some respect when you said Son is not a top 10. Do you know what? Okay, let me read it out. Let's stay calm. It's important to stay calm. I'm going to read it out. D. Ricky, thank you very much for your super chat. Right. Rory, you lost some respect. Rory, you lost some respect when you said Son is not a top 10 in our history. I'm fairly disappointed. It's like me saying Zola is not a top 10 in Chelsea's history. Okay, right. Let's discuss it. Firstly, what I would say is, on that video, if you watch the full clip rather than what was put on social media, in fact, dear Ricky, could you just answer me that? If you're still here, just put it in. Like, you don't have to send a super chat. Just put it in. Did you watch the clip that was on social media, or did you watch the full club clip that was 15 minutes long? What did you watch? Because I have a feeling that you only watched the short or the. I have a feeling that you only watched the 90-second clip that was put across social media rather than the full clip in its entirety. What did you watch, dear Ricky? Let me know what you watched. Because if you watch the full clip, you watch the full video, the 15 minutes, okay, fair. What I said in that, I believe, I was with Flav and I put it to him because he is the Tottenham authority when I'm in the room, right? If it's me and Flav talking, Flav will tell me about Tottenham far more than I ever could. What I said was, from my perspective, when I think about Tottenham greats, I didn't think that Son was in it. And that's more a reflection of the greats that Tottenham have. That's more a reflection of the brilliance of Glenn Hoddle. Like, Glenn Hoddle is obviously more of a legend at Tottenham than Heung-min Son, right? So that's one. Harry Kane, in my opinion, is more of a legend at Tottenham than Heung-min Son. So that's two. Paul Gascoigne is more of a legend at Tottenham. Gary Lineker, more of a legend at Tottenham. Ledley King. I'm not being snide. And look, you're a Tottenham fan. If you tell me that I'm wrong, I feel like I will totally accept that. But you know the Tottenham history that I know. So I've been told by my Tottenham supporting mates that Dave Mackay is a great at Tottenham. Dave Mackay will always be your legend, right? I don't know. But that means that Dave Mackay is above. Then the likes of Ozzy Ardiles, Ricky Villa. Do you see how many I've named already? So I started with Glenn Hoddle. I've now gone to Ozzy Ardiles. I've probably said 10 players. Who's the other? So Dave Mackay is one. And then there's another player of that era whose name evades me. Jimmy Greaves would be another. Like, I feel like I've said about 10 players that could potentially be above Heung-min Son. So I didn't mean it in a snide way. I like Son. I do. I like him. I rate him. I think he had an amazing moment. Now he's left Tottenham, I can appreciate him far more because obviously I find it difficult to like anything about Tottenham. But I would say that I can name at least 5 players that I believe are above Heung-min Son. At least 5. Dave Mackay, because that's what I've been told. Glenn Hoddle, because that's a fact. Oh, Paris Saint-Germain! Ousmane Dembele needs to score that. Ah, what a shame. David Steinhardt says, I'm conflicted. I can't stand Tottenham winning more silverware, but the banter to my Arsenal friends would be unreal if they take this match. No, David. David? No. There is never, ever a justification to wanting Tottenham to win just because it might upset an Arsenal fan. No. Also, it's going to upset me. And you don't want that. Nobody wants that. I mean, lots of people want that. But we definitely don't want that, David. Trust me, what we want here is, we want Tottenham to get beat here, but then we just want Arsenal to get beat when they play. You just want everyone to lose. Who do you support, David? Klinsmann? Klinsmann? But yeah, Klinsmann would be another one. Like, there are some serious players in that Tottenham history. Like, serious. And like I say, I don't know enough about the club. But I've learned enough about the club to know Ossie Ardiles, Glenn Hoddle, Paul Gascoigne, Dave Mackay all need to be above. Sebastian says this game isn't great. And yeah, he ain't wrong. He is not wrong. Tottenham, Heung-min Son is a great of my lifetime as I'm 19. Yeah. He's a great of your lifetime because you've only had 2 great players in your life. 19. Okay, so I suppose Bale, Modric would have been in the last 20 years. But it's not good. Yeah, Heung-min Son is definitely a great in your... I've just seen someone put Hoddle, Kane, King Gaza, Bale, all makes sense. Lennon? Hoddle, Kane, Glenn Hoddle, true. Harry Kane, true. Ledley King, true. Paul Gascoigne, true. Gareth Bale, true. Aaron Lennon? What? Aaron Lennon? That is wild. Absolutely not. Mate, Aaron Lennon, you can't put him in that company. You just cannot put him in that company. Nadir Kafal, what's happening, sir? He says, I'm 31, I just can't relate to these kids, Rory. Yeah, I mean, if people are going to compare the legacies of Aaron Lennon and Glenn Hoddle, I'm kind of with you. Danny Blanchflower, that's the name I was thinking, mate. Bill, thank you very much. Danny Blanchflower won the first double in 61 with Tottenham, didn't he? You're absolutely right. So that would be another one. What's your prediction vid? Do you really think Burnley are that bad? Yes. Yes, I do. I mean, I don't want them to be. I really don't want them to be. I really don't want Burnley to go down. I'd love 3 other clubs to go. I'd love 5 other clubs to go. But I just think that ultimately they will go. They will not have a chance of staying up. It's basically impossible. It's basically impossible to stay up. Ian Walker. There we go. Ian Walker. Do you remember that goal that he's conceded? Oh, Tottenham. Oh. Mate, I mean, that is about as bad a news as news can be. Mate, Tottenham have done so well here. You think about the glittering attack of Paris Saint-Germain. Like, all 4 of their main attackers on the pitch going at this Tottenham back line. And they haven't had a shot on target, I can think of, Paris Saint-Germain. Tottenham 1-0 up. Off a set piece, like I said. Oh, off a set piece, just like I said. Yeah, Romero does well. The keeper saves it, pushes it onto the bar, and is stabbed in by Van der Ven. Mate, it's so basic, but it's just being robust and rugged and fighting. Like, Paris Saint-Germain are trying to do it all so pretty. It's trying to be so intricate. And Tottenham have gone 1-0 up. But Tottenham deserve so much credit here. Keeping this Paris Saint-Germain team quiet. Keeping these attackers so quiet. Really upset me when they appointed Thomas Frank, you know that. The second that they appointed Thomas Frank, I just knew that they got it right. And Daniel Levy has done everything totally correctly off the back of winning that trophy. They got very lucky when they won the trophy. It went their way massively to win the trophy, and they played the worst Manchester United side of my lifetime. They were terrible. Manchester United were terrible, but Tottenham got the win. And I know that we give Daniel Levy a lot of stick. And a lot of the time we are right to give Daniel Levy a lot of stick. I know that Daniel Levy is not popular with Tottenham fans, and I back Tottenham fans in their efforts to get Daniel Levy out of the club. However, we've got to be totally honest. Since Tottenham lifted that silverware in Bilbao, they've got everything right. They've been adventurous in the transfer market. Okay, the Gibbs-White thing didn't work out, but they were adventurous. They signed Palhinha. It's a good signing. They're linked with Eze. They're linked with Savinho. Excellent signings. They got rid of Postecoglou, which was the brave thing to do. They didn't persevere with a terrible manager simply because of emotion. And then this. They brought in Thomas Frank. They brought in the right man. And that is the pain in the... That is what we did not want. That is what we were desperate for them not to do. Finally bringing in the right man. Finally bringing in the man that will guarantee them stability. That will guarantee them the opportunity to launch a serious and sustained bid to re-establish themselves. David Steinhard here in the Super Chat has said, Chelsea will always be better, my bad. You're great, Rory. Thank you for the content. Really kind message, David, mate. I hope you're having a good day, sir. Thank you very much for that incredibly kind message. Do you know what? It's very rare that I get nice messages. Most of the time. You should see my Twitter feed. It's mental. Lewis T says, loving the content. Coverage over Isak deal has been spot on. I think we get Gahey next and then eventually Isak. Keep up the class work. Ignore the hate, says Lewis. Again, that is an incredibly kind message. That's two really nice ones. The first one there from David Steinhardt, who says, Chelsea will always be better. My bad. You are great, Rory. Thank you for your content. Outrageously kind from David Steinhardt. And then again from Lewis here. Loving the content, coverage over Isak. It's been spot on. I think that we get Gahey and then eventually get Isak. Keep up the class work. Ignore the hate. Really kind of you, sir, as well. Again, really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love the community that we're building here. I really do. I think it's so wholesome. I love the members. Thank you to everyone that's become a member. And I like going live like this, you know, and it's all a bit calmer. I mean, I can't say I'm particularly calm after watching Tottenham score in Europe, but, you know, I do love this community. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you could be kind enough to give this stream a like, it would really help me out as well. D. Ritchie says, fair enough, by the way. For the love of Ricardo Carvalho, you need to bring him up in the all-time conversations. I know. He's better than Rio, better than Vidic. I mean, he was a king. He really was a king. The problem that he doesn't have, though, he doesn't have the longevity that the others have. You know, John Terry was winning leagues decades apart. You know, he just didn't have the longevity like that. But, yeah, he was an amazing player for us, Ricardo Carvalho. And I think John Terry would admit that John Terry wouldn't be the player that John Terry was if it wasn't for the tutelage and guidance and partnership of Ricardo Carvalho. You know, loads of players influence others. John Terry influenced Cahill, but Terry was most certainly influenced by the brilliance of Ricardo Carvalho. Again, thank you very much for your super chat there. I really, really do appreciate it. Tottenham 1-0 up in Europe. Not ideal at all. I've got a fly driving me mad here. I can't understand this from Paris Saint-Germain. You've got four of the most glittering attackers in world football. You've got genuine Hollywood footballers. You've got stardust on the football pitch. And kudos to him. So what? Don't even. If there was a little bit less on that cross, there's a chance that Spence coming in on the other side could have done something ridiculous. Like truly ridiculous. GGMU, I think I know who you support, says, I saw your preview on the club today. Adam is right with Baleba. Manchester United can challenge for a top 5. It's interesting here, G. You know, you could be on something. He finishes off by saying, Amorim is building something special. The squad is looking very united. Right, let's have a look at this in detail. GGMU. So he's a Manchester United fan. So we must remember, anybody called GGMU is going to be approaching this with major, major bias. But he does say, I saw your preview on the club today. Adam is right. With Baleba, we can challenge for top 5. Amarim is building something special. The squad is looking very united. Right, realistically, do you believe that? Top 5 is massive. Like, top 5 would be massive. And what you're talking about here is an improvement from 15th to 5th. Tottenham have just hit the post. I mean, Richarlison was very heavily involved, and Tottenham have just hit the post. Mohamed Kudus is playing so well. I mean, he's on that edge of potentially getting booked, and he's playing with like a real spring in his step, a real edge in his character. But that's all good. That's what you want. You want fire, you want spark, you want venom, you want aggression. And Mohamed Kudus is bringing that in droves. Imagine if Tottenham had gone 2-0 up against Paris Saint-Germain. Not ideal at all here. I just can't believe how good Tottenham have been. I just can't believe it. Like, they've kept them so quiet. And on top of that, not only have they kept them quiet, but they have had the 2 biggest threats. Like, Paris Saint-Germain haven't had a shot on goal. Like, I literally can't remember the Tottenham keeper making a save. I don't think they've hit the target once. And it's now nearly half-time. Like, what is going on? Hang on. Oh, this thing got lucky. Oh my God, I'm back again. Mate, I actually got it. Mate, I'm like Mr. Miyagi. I am Mr. Miyagi, Daniel's son. Driving me mad, that thing. Right, got it. Milano has said Richarlison is so good. I mean, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that front. I don't think he's good enough to play for this Tottenham team, and I imagine that Tottenham are going to do everything within their power to elevate that. But I would also say that he's doing a good job at the moment. There is another super chat that has landed from the Yo Slayer, who says, this isn't the Paris Saint-Germain side from last season. They can barely string 2 passes together. I didn't think Tottenham will be all over them, but Paris Saint-Germain need to wake up. I mean, they do need to wake up because it's half-time now, and they are 1-0 down at half-time at half-time against Tottenham. Like, this is bad. This is bad for Paris Saint-Germain. Like, they can't be losing to Tottenham in the Super Cup. They can't be. You know, off the back of losing in New York City to us, they can't then follow it up in this way. But the day isn't really about Paris Saint-Germain not getting it right. You know, we have to focus on the fact that Tottenham have been brilliant. We have to focus on the fact that Tottenham have been set up by Thomas Frank perfectly. They have got their team in order. They have got everything that they want to happening. And this is the point. Thomas Frank is a genius. He is a truly brilliant manager. And the fact that they have brought in Thomas Frank was such a wise move from Daniel Levy. Painfully, he's got it right. Daniel Levy has finally got it right. It really is a very, very big moment. Big moment. And it's painful. It's painful for me to admit this, right? But ever since Postecoglou won that trophy, Daniel Levy's done everything right. Like, getting rid of Postecoglou. The easiest thing to do in that moment, when the fans are euphoric, when there's 250,000 Tottenham fans on the streets of North London, waving their flags, singing their songs, dancing in the street, the easiest thing to do is get involved, get emotional, get involved in the dancing. Just be part of it. Go, yeah, man, we're going to keep Postecoglou. But they were sensible. And they didn't let the emotion cloud the decision. And the truth of the matter is that Daniel Levy realised that Ange Postecoglou was a distinctly average manager. Despite the brilliant night in Bilbao, Ange Postecoglou is Tottenham's worst manager of the Premier League era. Fact. And they were wise enough to see it, and they were wise enough to get rid of him. Fact. And they did the right thing. And then they didn't make a pig's ear of it. They didn't get cocky and go for a Conte who hated him. They didn't get cocky and go for a Mourinho who didn't really want to be there and saw himself as better. They didn't go stupid and go with like a Nuno Espirito Santo appointment that just didn't conform to the Tottenham way and the vision of Tottenham Hotspur and the history of Tottenham Hotspur. They went for a pragmatic, proven, Premier League proven, top-tier manager. I think that they've just got it right. And it really was a sensible appointment. And they're reaping the rewards for it. That is why they are winning against the best team in Europe at the moment. That is why they are winning a game that they have totally controlled. That is why their shape is so perfect. He has outthought and outthunk Luis Enrique up until this point. Do you know how big that is? Luis Enrique is a genius, a true great of the game. And it's currently Thomas Frank 1, Luis Enrique 0. And that is what Thomas Frank is all about. Like, Thomas Frank has been waiting for this opportunity to take on a proper football club. You know, a proper serious football club like Tottenham and get away from a club like Brentford. He's been waiting for this opportunity to demonstrate quite what he's about and quite how good he is. And he's doing just that. Tottenham have dominated this game. They could have scored 2. They've already scored 1. And Paris Saint-Germain have had zilch. They have had nada. They have had nothing to write home about. And when you think about the brilliance of the players on the pitch, when you think about what Vitinha can do, the pass that he can see, when you think about the attacking goals that they have, when you think about the output, think about what Doué can do on the ball. Think about Ousmane Dembele's eye for a goal and his natural ability. Nothing. Not a shot on goal. Keeper, the Tottenham keeper is having a fag. Nothing. Like, it's just not happening. You know, he's having a glass of whiskey and a cigar. Like, literally nothing. So I just think that he is doing so well. And Tottenham should be over the moon with this. They really should. It's annoying. It really is annoying. GGMU is back in the Super Chat and says, people sleep on De Ligt. Him and Euro are top centre-halves. The new front three, Ahmad Dorgu, was our best player in pre-season with Baleba Mainu. Yeah, look, I think Manchester United could do okay. How okay? I don't necessarily agree with you that they could do what you're suggesting they could do. Like, top 5, for them to finish in the top 5, like, if the Super Chat that came in here from GGMU is to be believed, he is saying that Manchester United are capable of getting into the top 5 because of this new front three. He's talking about the brilliance of Dorgu in pre-season. He's talking about the potential signing of Baleba. He obviously mentions Kobe Mainu and Bruno Fernandes. If you are right, GGMU, and I emphasise the name GGMU because you obviously have a vested interest here, if you are correct, somebody has to drop out of the top 5. So, are you going to finish above Liverpool? Manchester United, 100%, uncategorically, will not finish above Liverpool. Okay, Man United again. Are Man United going to finish above Chelsea? No. Are they going to finish above Arsenal? No. Are they going to finish above Newcastle? Potentially. But who else is going to finish above Newcastle? Do you see the issue? So, I don't think that it will happen for Manchester United at the moment. How weird is that? Adam McCullough has literally just texted me whilst I'm talking about him. I'm going to text him back. I'm talking about you live right now. Live. I can't even... Can I tell you what he said? No, I don't know if I can. How weird was that? What do they call that? Serendipity. We mentioned Adam McCullough and suddenly he texts. Okay, Will at the Arc says, your shock signing success of the season 25-26. Who is going to have an excellent season that is maybe slightly unpredictable? Granit Xhaka, excellent signing. Will at the Arc, thank you for your super chat. Utkarsh says nothing. He just supports the channel. Thank you very much for your super chat, sir. Really do appreciate it. And I do love the community. Can I ask, by the way, would you please like this stream if you have not yet? And equally, if you're not a subscriber, go on, click subscribe. We might even get to 351 live on this. We're exactly 100. No, that's too optimistic. If there are 150 of you who aren't subscribed and you all click subscribe now, something amazing could happen. But it seems a bit optimistic. Seems far too optimistic. Oh, a huge super chat has just landed here. What generosity from Lewis T, who says, what's your prediction over the next few years for Liverpool? Presuming we sign both Gahey and Isak, fairly biased here, but I think we'll go back to the years of Paisley and Shankly. I mean, I think that you are in the market for creating dynasty, but what you always have to remember is what happened before, that era of dominance that Liverpool had through the 80s, is something like truly mesmerising. I think that could happen again. But you know, when you think about spines of the team, let me just tell you the spines, and this is why I think it's slightly optimistic to think of like comparing it to the great eras. You know, comparing it to what Paisley did. Like Paisley was a king. And I know like Shankly did amazingly well, but I feel like the contribution from Paisley was just unbelievable. From the northeast, Paisley as well, wasn't he? like the Liverpool spine of that era. If I'm doing this right, you'll have to correct me. You're going to know more about this than me, Lewis. But I think it went Clements, Hansen, Souness, Dalglish, and Rush. That was the spine. If you compare that to now, Alisson, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, Wirtz, Isak. It's not quite as icon-filled, is it? Like Clements, Hansen, Souness, Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush. I feel like it's going to take something spectacular from Slot to emulate the era that you're talking about. I'm not saying it's impossible, but those eras live so long in the memory. It's called the spirit of Shankly. Paisley is Paisley for a reason, you know what I mean? So we'll have to see. The Utcast says, "Hi Rory, love from India, great content. That's really kind of you, mate." Oh, Robert Johns has said, a huge super chat as well there, Robert. Thank you so much. He has said, "The United chat annoys me. People don't realise that Manchester United hit rock bottom and it will take time to build up again. Needs time and people expect it to happen in an instant. As a United fan, I have patience, but it seems others don't." Robert Johns, what a chat that is, right? Now, this is what's interesting. It does take time, but good managers can elevate quite rapidly. The question becomes, how good is Amorim? Like, we've seen examples of managers coming in and changing a club immediately. Like, think about what Antonio Conte did at Chelsea. Antonio Conte landed at Chelsea. He took a team that were 10th in the league to the top. We were champions. That is what can happen. But it's rare. And it is so integral to the manager being sensational. Is Amorim a sensational manager? The GGMU in the super chat here says, "Tottenham, Villa, Newcastle have Europe, will face injuries. We have one game a week. Also, saw a video where you picked Ronaldinho over Cristiano Ronaldo. Please tell me that video. Do you know what? This is the problem with social media. That video was my favourite players. That video was like the best player that I have ever seen, and I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo play football loads of times with my own eyes. And the best player that I've ever seen with my own eyes isn't Cristiano Ronaldo. It isn't Lionel Messi. It is far and away Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is the best footballer I've ever seen in a Chelsea shirt, in an England shirt, or in a different shirt, ever. Like, any football match I've ever been at, the most incredible performance, Ronaldinho at Stamford Bridge. Like, it was, like, I was there, I was in the stadium in Monaco when Falcao scored 4. It wasn't as good as what Ronaldinho did in a defeat at Stamford Bridge. But it was still the best performance I've ever seen. So that is my take on it. Will at the Arc says, "Work in set design, an amazing job on the background, mate." And that's very kind of you, Will. Thank you, mate. That is a generous, kind message. I love it. I love it. I mean, I can't take any credit for it. I didn't have the skills to do this. But I do love it. I gave my inspiration. But I do really appreciate the kind words. So thank you very much. But no, you're very kind. But I do love it as well, man. I really do. I look around. I just can't wait to do more in here. And I've got some really exciting content coming up. I guarantee you that. So please do click subscribe if you are new around here. Edging ever closer, by the way, to 351, which would be a dream to make. Robert Johns in the chat here says, "I think it's too early to judge Amorim. Yes, last year was shocking, but he joined mid-season and took over the worst Manchester United team in Premier League era and changed everything." Did he? He made them work. His own words were, "We will suffer. This season is the one you judge him on." Okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. This season is the one that you judge him on. Arif in the super chat here. I'm trying to see what club badge that is as your profile picture. How good are my mince pies? Hey Rory, long-term viewer of the club and your channel. Well, you're very kind, Arif. Thank you very much. It says, "In your opinion, how do you become successful on YouTube? I've been at it for 2 years and I've recently hit 6k subs. Keep up the amazing work. Well, firstly, you are successful. 6k subs is a lot. You've done incredibly well. The only advice I can give you is just to keep at it. I mean, I don't necessarily think that I'm in a position to give advice, but the only thing that I can do is just tell you this, that along the way you will upload so many videos that don't work. You will upload so many videos that induce a lot of hate. You will upload so many videos that nobody watches. You will upload so many videos where you think that it's time to pack it in. The only thing I can say to you is just keep uploading. And when videos work, look at them. Like, I'm not great at this either, but this is quite important. Like, study why it works. You know, when you go into your analytics, why did that video work? Why are people watching that video for longer? What is it about that thumbnail that made people click it? And study that information and learn from the ones that work and learn from the ones that don't work. Arif, you said, I hope you don't mind about a question on a different topic. Absolutely not. And listen, mate, 6k is impressive. 6k is impressive. You will reach 10k. And I wish you all the best on that journey. And I appreciate your support on this channel. Thank you very much. There's a lot of chat going on about Ronaldinho here, Jim Gumbel. Look, I loved Ronaldinho, man. Watching Ronaldinho play football, it felt like you were watching true greatness. Like, you know, sometimes you're witnessing greatness. Ronnie O'Sullivan playing snooker, Roger Federer playing tennis, Novak Djokovic playing tennis, Lewis Hamilton driving a car. You know, I mean, at various points it's been who? Lester Piggott riding a horse. You know, when you see true greatness, and I truly believe that Ronaldinho, in my opinion, it's the best footballer I've ever seen. He is the best footballer. That's why I put him above Cristiano Ronaldo. Lewis T in the super chat here says, I've probably been too optimistic. What does he say? Hang on. So Lewis T, thank you very much. I was trying to see. Oh, yeah. So this is going to be a continuation, I think, of what we mentioned before from Lewis. So Lewis asked about Liverpool. The first one was when he spoke about Liverpool, he was talking about maybe creating a dynasty that could be compared to Bob Paisley and Bill Shankly. I said that was unlikely, and I compared the spines of the team. This Liverpool team will be successful, but basically you don't have a Souness in the middle, or at the moment a Dalglish. Well, you won't have a Dalglish up front. Whatever happens, you won't have a Dalglish up front. I mean, and Ian Rush is your top ever goal scorer, isn't he? You know what I mean? But let's see what's been said here. It says, probably been a bit too optimistic. However, only being 21 and listening to my granddad and dad talk about it makes me want to experience it. Really, anything that's more successful than Klopp, and I'll be happy. Let me tell you this, Lewis. Firstly, listen to those stories, drink them up, because that is football in its finest form. What has happened there from kickoff? Because that is football in its finest form. You know, when you see those images of the cop, like swaying, moving, scarves galore, singing You Never Walk Alone, just drink that in, because that is the beauty and poetry of football. In fact, I've got a book, somewhere else, but I've got a book that's about like the greatest murals in football, and there's a great Liverpool one. But I think this era will be better than the. I think this era will be better than the Klopp era. I really do. I think that Arne Slot is going to he's going to learn from Klopp, he's going to embrace what Klopp did, and he's going to take it to a new level. Brilliant play there from Richarlison. He's looking like a man possessed, Richarlison. He really is. That's the book. That's the book. So I'm sort of going through that in a moment, just like reading it and enjoying the. I'll put it up here. Over my estate picture. That's a shame. That's a shame for Watling Garden Shoot Uphill. It's been covered up. But I would. I think that it can be. I think that it can be better. I think that it actually can be better. So yeah, I think that you're in for a treat. Put it that way, Lewis. I think that you are in for a treat, no doubt. Meccano says he needs that, but mate, there's so many football books I want to read. So many. Do you know what I've finished a little while ago? Jamie Carragher's autobiography. Really good, you know. Really worth a read. Fascinating stories. Like, fascinating stories about that era at Liverpool. Right, come on, Paris Saint-Germain. It's time to wake up. It's time to get this dazzling attack seriously moving. Like, it's just not happening, is it? Like, all these attackers on the pitch, all the ability that they have, like one of the greatest managers in the world, and this is the output. Oh my God. Oh my God, you must be joking. Oh, this is horrific. I don't think I can be live and watch Tottenham win a European trophy. I don't think I can be live and watch Tottenham beat a great team. I don't think I can be live and watch Thomas Frank win in this nature. Luis Enrique needs to sort it out. It's another set piece. Do you remember at the beginning of this stream when I spoke about the set pieces? I said that Tottenham, under Frank, they're going to keep it. Look, it's such bad defending. Such bad goalkeeping. It's so easy from Tottenham. Look, it's a well-worked goal. But how on earth is there a free header there that is then pushed into his own net? Maybe you shouldn't get rid of Donnarumma, lads. It's an excellent header, to be fair. But, you know, the keeper has to be doing better with that. It just has to be. Absolutely dreadful. That's Tottenham 2, Paris Saint-Germain 0. And it was so easy, so predictable. It's everything that I said at the beginning of this video. At the beginning of this video, I said Tottenham are going to keep it tight. You know what Thomas Frank is like. Such an intelligent manager, such an astute manager. He's just going to keep it simple. He's going to make sure that Tottenham are resolute. He's going to make sure that they're very difficult to beat. And then he's going to look to pick Paris Saint-Germain off at set pieces. Because there is a vulnerability to Paris Saint-Germain. Do they have that robust quality? Do they have that fighting spirit? Of course. They have mercurial footballer after mercurial footballer after dazzling footballer after wonderful footballer. They have that galore. They have so much talent in the team. But maybe they don't have that steel, that fight. And the 50-50s will be won by Tottenham, as they have been. And this is where Thomas Frank deserves so much credit. The game is 49 minutes old. The score is Tottenham 2, Paris Saint-Germain 0. And Tottenham haven't conceded one shot on target. And I don't want to do this. I don't think I've ever clapped anything Tottenham in my life. But Thomas Frank deserves a round of applause for that. He has kept this outrageously good attacking team. Like, where's Kvaratskhelia? Is he on the pitch? Like, where's Doué? What's he doing? Ousmane Dembele, where are you, sir? You've got all those attackers. Come on, he's in. Kvaratskhelia, heavy touch. And you've got those ultras behind the goal with nothing to celebrate, nothing to sing about. Like, Thomas Frank's men are 2-0 up. I mean, and it was all their own working, wasn't it? Like, Doué lost possession deep in the Tottenham half there, man. What was he doing? Mate, I just can't. Do you know what? I must admit, as much as I'm not enjoying this, as much as I don't want them to win, I'm glad that I've got this feeling back. You know, this like visceral feeling that football brings. You know, that like powerful feeling that football brings, that only football brings. When my heart beats faster and I get a bit aggressive and I feel like the blood running through my veins is slightly warmer than it should be. It only comes from football. And I'm glad that we've got it back. I really am glad that we've got it back. So I've just seen that there is somebody to welcome in. We have a new member. Daniel Power has got a season ticket to the members scheme. You are now one of the 20%ers, Daniel. Welcome, sir. There is a plethora of content that is for your eyes only that you can see now. Tomorrow, we're uploading the Q&A. So you all got your questions in and we're uploading those tomorrow. So thank you very much and welcome. I do hope that you enjoy the members scheme, Daniel Power. You are christened now. Daniel Power, you are a 20%er and welcome. The 20%ers, and that's because 20% of people watch all the videos. So I've decided that 20% of people want a little bit more content. So it's for you, sir. Welcome. Thank you very much. We might be... no, we won't. We won't. This is horrible. Just watching Tottenham win is just never good. Richarlison's playing so well. Kuda's playing so well. And this is all because they got Frank. This is all because they got Frank. Levy deserves credit, you know. He does deserve credit. I mean, the Champions League winners, the defending from them, I mean, it's shocking. Oh, mate, I've just seen it again. I mean, Porro playing in that free kick to the back post. Romero, he's literally the only man in Udinese. There's no man. There's no. It sounds like a film from the olden days, doesn't it? The only man in. He's got another free header. Oh my God. Oh wait, he didn't score. Mate, I was about to have to end the stream. I thought it was about to go 3-0 up. Mate, are these like the champions of Europe? Mate, I think the keeper would have had it covered, to be fair. But I honestly cannot believe this. Like, what is going on? And I tell you what, that Chevalier or whatever he's called in goal, are they seriously going to get rid of Donnarumma for it? Like, that is a back pass header that you should easily save. And all he does is push it into the far corner to make it look like a better goal. It was going more centrally than that. Oh, Richarlison's booked it. God, Richarlison's so onside as well for the goal. Mate, I just can't believe how average they've been. I just honestly cannot believe how average Paris Saint-Germain have been. Like, I thought Luis Enrique would work out a way. You know, when they went 1-0 down, I just thought that they would work out a system, and they've just been done. And we cannot have Tottenham winning more silverware. They went 18 years without any silverware. And now they're going to win 2 trophies in, 3 months? I can't live in a world where they start winning trophies. Oh, God. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, PSG. They haven't had a sniff. Tottenham have got this so right. Thomas Frank has got this so right. He has worked out a way to nullify any supply to that front line. Oh, nice super chat has just landed from Will at the Arc here. And look, Tottenham are just taking the sting out of the game. They know exactly what they're doing. Really is impressive from them. And if Frank, man, it's the power of a good manager. Will at the Arc has said, everyone subscribe to Rory. It takes 1 second. I mean, I agree. If everybody who's watching this and isn't subscribed would consider clicking subscribe, it would be my honour to welcome you to this community. Please do listen to Will at the Arc and click subscribe right now. Really does help me out. And like I say, it would be an honour to welcome you in. Thank you very much. Oh, and by the way, Guy Stuckey has joined the community. Welcome to Guy. Thank you very much, Guy. Like I say, there is now a plethora of content that is for your eyes only. Guy Stuckey, you are a 20%er. Welcome. Oh my God, I thought Tottenham were about to have a penalty there. Welcome, Guy. Thank you, and thank you again. And Daniel Power in the super chat here says, love the channel, mate. Liverpool sign Leone. Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure that there's more to come. Good signing, though. It's the sort of signing that they should be making. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Do you know what? My mood would be so much more buoyant now if Paris Saint-Germain were winning. And now Barcola's got himself booked. It's all very well losing your temper now, but why are you not demonstrating that with the... Look, Danso's kicking the ball away. See, do you know, I keep catching myself. This is what you want, isn't it? You know, this visceral feeling, this like passion that you get. And there is another super chat that has landed, by the way, from James. James, welcome. So I don't know if I've seen you random looking at your picture. I don't know if I recognise you. So welcome to the community. I hope that you've subscribed. James says, what do Arsenal need to win some big silverware? I've got an easy answer to this question. So easy. I can answer it in seconds. I can answer it in 2 words. I can answer it in 1 word. I could answer it in 3 letters. 3 letters. E-Z-E. 2 letters. 2 letters, but you use one of them twice. I could answer it. Yeah, 2 letters. Eze. Eze changes it. It's as simple as that, James. That is to answer your super chat. It really is as simple as that. All that you need to do to win big is sign Eberiche Eze. It is the needle mover. And equally, a few more letters, but Rodrigo. Rodrigo would have that impact. But what would elevate everything would be that sort of signing, not a Noni Madueke signing. Robert Johns also in the super chat again. Thank you, Robert, for your continued support on this channel. He says he blames Chelsea for this because we destroyed Paris Saint-Germain's confidence. I mean, we did make them look ordinary, and that may have had an impact on this. Maybe we showed a template. But you see, they've done it in a totally different way. We did it through majesty. We beat them through majesty. We beat them through, like, mercurial brilliance of Cole Palmer. Whereas Tottenham have done it in a very different way, equally impressive, but a very different way. Tottenham have done it through, what would you call it? They've done it through grit and sense. That's a dive. They've done it through grit and being. Oh, it's booking. Yeah, it's a booking. Is it Pacho Herrera? Yeah, Pacho Herrera's booked. Oh dear, oh dear. Guy Stuckey in the chat here says, do you think Liverpool need Isak to retain the Premier League title? No, I don't think they need him to retain the Premier League title. I think they win the Premier League with or without Isak. Isak elevates everything, though, and then it changes from winning the league next year to winning the European Cup and the league next year. I think Isak elevates the expectation from next year to the next 5 years. Eras of dominance. There was a super chat that came in a little while ago that was talking about that from a guy called Lewis, I think. Lewis T, if I remember rightly, said something along the lines of, how do we create dynasty? Are we going to witness dynasty? Is this comparable to what the likes of Paisley did at Liverpool? And my answer is potentially, and with Isak, certainly potentially. But in terms of winning the league, I feel like you win the league without him, or with him, obviously. See, Fred Dockers here has said, come on lads, it's Tottenham. That doesn't exist anymore. You know that Sir Alex Ferguson quote, lads, it's Tottenham. That actually doesn't exist anymore. You just can't say that. The concept of Spursism is over. And that is what we can take from this stream. That is what we can take from this game. That is what we can take from the events of Bilbao beating Manchester United in a European final. Historic. And the concept of Spursism, the ideology of Spursism, what Spursism represents, what the word truly means in the Oxford English Dictionary, it doesn't exist anymore because the word is now redundant or it has a new meaning because you simply cannot be Spursy and beat the European champions in Udinese. Beat them 2-0 in the most professional Jose Mourinho-like way. Reduce Ousmane Dembele to a spectator. Keep Kvaratskhelia quiet. Make Doué cry. No shots on target with a makeshift back line. Top tier from Frank, man. Top tier from Frank. It's upsetting. I am very, very upset. And you don't care about that. I know that you don't care about that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Kvaratskhelia has gone off, by the way. Fabian Ruiz, is it? Yeah, Fabian Ruiz has come on. Really, really surprised at just how impotent Paris Saint-Germain have looked. I've just got a notification that my shorts have arrived. I'm sure you were wondering, but my shorts have arrived. It's good news. I say what I see. An email came in that my shorts have been delivered. So I've got 3 different colours. You're looking at opaline. You're looking at teal. I can't remember the other colour that I got. Ay. But yeah, this is bad. And do you know what? You've just got to be totally honest with who deserves credit here. And do you know who you have to start with? Look, Thomas Frank on the night deserves nothing but credit. He has worked out a system, he has worked out a way, and he has been incredibly intelligent to nullify the brilliance of Luis Enrique. And can you just listen to those words that I said there? Nullify the brilliance of Luis Enrique. Oh my God. Nullifying the brilliance of Luis Enrique is a ridiculous sentence to say, right? Absolutely ridiculous sentence to say. And that is what Thomas Frank has done. And he has done it so well, he has done it so easily, and he has done it so effectively. Like, Paris Saint-Germain has had nothing. It's not like they've had to keep them quiet. It's not like they've had to fight to keep them quiet. There has been literally nothing from Paris Saint-Germain. Literally nothing. You know, Kvaratskhelia, I mean, apart from basically nearly getting himself booked, I don't know what he did. You know, he nearly got himself booked. He lost his temper. But apart from that, I don't really know what he did. I don't know what his contribution was. It was brilliant from Frank. And do you know where we have to take this back to? I don't want to do it, But we have to take this back to Daniel Levy. Like, Daniel Levy has got this right. The appointment is so correct. The appointment is so spot on. And let's face it, it's a heartbreaker. Let's face it, it is a complete and utter heartbreaker that they have got this so right. Because they're going to have a big season. And they're going to be playing in Europe. And they're going to be playing against far worse teams than this team. You know, if you can keep the likes of Kvaratskhelia, Barcola, Dembele, Vitinha, Doué quiet, you can most certainly pick up points in that group stage. You know, that league bit of the Champions League. There is no reason why Tottenham won't be able to pick up big results. They'll go away from home, they'll fight tooth and nail, they'll put in big tackles like I've just witnessed there from Rodrigo Bentancur. Thomas Frank will set them up to win, set them up to be ugly if necessary, set them up in a very pragmatic way where you nullify the opposition and you accentuate your positive. And their positive here is that they can be more robust and they can win their 50-50s and they can win their individual duels. So you keep tight, you get at least 7 men behind them who've got to score. Why have you've got to score? You've literally got to score or I'm going to go nuts. He's offside. After all that, he's offside. In that situation, why are you not having a shot on goal? It's absolutely ridiculous. There is another super chat that has landed, by the way. Look, I'm just watching this again. Beautiful chip ball in. Probably onside if he shoots. And he lays it back. This is from Andy Boyd. Andy Boyd, thank you so much for your super chat. He asked, what do you think of Leeds getting Calvert-Lewin? I think it's a major risk. I think it's a major, major risk. And it's a risk that I don't think Leeds should have done. I felt like they were linked to Muniz, weren't they, from Fulham? I felt like that was a much better signing, much better person to go for. But yeah, this is top stuff from Frank. This really is annoyingly top stuff from Frank. Jesus. I mean, and Thomas Frank, you know, when you think about the clubs over the years that have had managerial vacancies, if he succeeds at Tottenham the way that I believe he is going to succeed at Tottenham, how many clubs should have appointed Frank over the past 5 years? How many clubs have had an opportunity? I mean, Tottenham have had an opportunity to have done it sooner. But West Ham, why on earth were they wasting time on Lopetegui when they could have gone and got Frank? Think about the managers that Manchester United have had when they could have gone and got Frank. Like, Thomas Frank has been proven in the Premier League for so long, and I have no idea why anyone would ever consider potentially seeing it as a poor appointment or anything like that. Like, he deserved an appointment ages ago. And for some reason, it took years for somebody to take a punt on him. Finally, Daniel Levy, of all people, a man who's generally very risk averse, Daniel Levy punt, and I believe he's about to reap the rewards as Tottenham are in the box again and have just won a corner. Mate, this is men against boys. This is complete and utter domination from Tottenham. And it's not often that you say that about Tottenham Hotspur, is it? It's not often that you would actually say that Tottenham are educating anyone at football. You know, under Postecoglou, they never really came close to doing anything like that. But that is what's happening here. Incredibly impressive start to his managerial reign from Thomas Frank. But there's no surprise. There is just no surprise. He is an excellent manager, an elite level manager. And that's what happened. That is what happens. Right. Paris Saint-Germain on the attack here. Can they finally get a shot on target? They can. He's got to score the rebound. He's taken a touch. He's cut inside. He's got to score the rebound. Okay. It's not given. Is it? He's offside. Oh, he's miles offside and he's looking along the line. He's got the same view as a linesman. There is absolutely no excuse to be offside in that situation. It's just lazy. If you are caught offside because you've got someone behind you and you don't know exactly where the line is, fine, you can be caught offside. But you cannot be caught offside when you're the final man. You've got the same view as a fullback. You've got the same view as a linesman. Why are you offside? It's so basic. So basic. It's so annoying. Mate. Dear, oh dear. Poxy, like, so average, man. Like, Paris Saint-Germain need to wake up. Like, Luis Enrique needs to do something here. Okay, Barcola's gone off. Surely something happened. Like, come on, Paris Saint-Germain. It would be, let's reignite the word Spursy. That they lose with 20 minutes to go from 2-0 up. Like, come on, find a way, please. Frustrating. So frustrating. But thank you to everybody for tuning in to this stream. Would you do us a favour if you haven't yet? Would you like the stream? It would be an honour to welcome you into this community as well. If you have not yet clicked that subscribe button, please do it now. Really helps me out. And like I say, I've got loads of content coming up. Got loads of additional content on the members scheme. So please do consider joining. The Goldilocks effect is in the super chat here and says, Chevalier looks weak. Donnarumma's value has surely gone up in these 67 minutes. What is Enrique seeing? It makes absolutely no sense to me. I mean, Donnarumma is amazing, isn't he? You think about his wingspan. He's like an albatross, man. Like, covers basically the entire net. And for that Romero goal, I mean, it was the kind of header that could be seen as a back pass. Just pick that up, mate. You know, and you cushion header back. Not have that. Just lay it back to the keeper. Christian Romero, look, it's not a bad header. It's a good effort. It looks a lot better, though, because it's been fumbled by the keeper and pushed into the side netting. It was going very centrally. And how he hasn't got hold of it. I mean, you are right. I mean, that Goldilocks effect in the super chat there when he says that Chevalier looks weak. You are not kidding me. You are not kidding. Wayno Flyer says, what a stream. I mean, that's incredibly generous of you. And I thank you very much. The Armchair Critic has hit the like button. Good luck, Rory. And I say good luck to you, Armchair Critic. And thank you for hitting that like button. Really do appreciate it. Fran Mulvaney says I should stop crying. I can't promise that. I mean, I can try. I'll do all I can, but I can't promise that I will stop crying. Have I been crying? Am I crying? I'm not crying. You're going to cry in a car. I will be crying the second. You know what? This telly is going off the second that the referee blows a full-time whistle. I will not witness a Tottenham fan celebrate. I will not see a Tottenham fan in the stadium elated. I will not witness even 1 second of Thomas Frank celebrating. Oh my God, Richarlison is causing mayhem. I'll tell you what, if Thomas Frank can inspire Richarlison to be what he used to be, it could be his greatest trick. Oh dear. Callum Bailey wants to talk about Jack Grealish. Can they get to Europe? No. I'd love Jack Grealish to have a brilliant season. I'd love Jack Grealish to go well. I'd love him to get Everton in Europe. I'd love Everton in Europe anyway, with or without Grealish. But everyone who watches this channel regularly knows how much I love Jack Grealish. I think he's a masterful player and a geezer. But nah, I think he gets them top half, but I don't think he gets them beyond that. There is, by the way, another super chat that has landed. This is from Joshua Powell. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain in the box. Come on, you've got to hit the target. Dembele, man. You've got to hit the target from there. Joshua Powell super chat says, Arsenal are the new Tottenham. Spursism is not gone. It's just gone to Arsenal. I mean, they need silverware. Arsenal, this team at Arsenal is brilliant. There is no two ways about it. This Arsenal team are brilliant. But they need something to define them. They need something to announce themselves to the world. They need to be identifiable. And the way that you become identifiable is by winning silverware. It's unfair. It's unjust. But history is always written by the winners. And until you've won something, you can't... You know, the reason that we talk about that Wenger team is because they're invincible. The reason that we talk about that other Wenger team, it's because they won the double. The reason that we talk about that other Wenger team is because they won the double. You need something to show for it. Mourinho's team, 05. 15 goals conceded. Something to show for it. Won 2 trophies. Retained the Premier League. Like, you need the Man City team. It had the Centurions. It had that moment. This Arsenal team, as brilliant as it's been, it doesn't have that moment. that moment does need to come this season as well. Robert Johns here has said, Paris Saint-Germain, they play good football, but they never shoot. Always trying to score the perfect goal. I mean, it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite of what Tottenham have done to Paris Saint-Germain. Tottenham scored 2 really ugly goals, and they're gonna win the trophy. Perfect. Paris Saint-Germain have tried to score 10 beautiful goals, and they've had about 2 shots on target. And I've just seen Tottenham fans celebrating. That's not what I want to see. I've just seen Romero celebrating, doing all this to the crowd. Don't want to see that. Never want to see that. Can you imagine if you're a Tottenham fan now? You are in Udinese, beautiful part of the world, the eastern side of Italy, glorious football country, a country steeped in history, a stadium where World Cup games were played in the 1990 Italia World Cup, and you are witnessing your team beat the current European champions 2-0. You are living the dream. You are living the dream. Guy Stucky has said, will Flav be in touch? Do you want to know something? Do you want to know something horrific? I'm going to tell you something. I'm seeing Flav tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Do you know how upsetting that is for me? Do you know how much I don't want to see Flav tomorrow morning? Just to point something out, Dominicas says, the same ugly way that Chelsea won both their Champions League titles. Mate, if you think me saying winning ugly is in any way hostile, you are completely missing my point, sir. Anyone that's ever watched me regularly will know winning ugly is a dream. Winning ugly is what you're supposed to do. Look, can you win pretty? Is that the best way to win? Yeah, probably. Does it matter? Absolutely not. An ugly 1-0 win, fantastic. An ugly 1-0 win that you don't deserve, even better. An ugly 1-0 win where the goal that you scored that was given was offside, the dream. Ugly wins. Mate, Dominici, I am 100% not saying it's a bad thing. If you're a Tottenham fan, you should be loving it. Yeah, Robert John says, tell Flav that you're sick and sack it off. I can't. He's doing me the favour. It's difficult for me to ignore him when he's doing me a favour. But I'm tempted. Imagine seeing Flav after this. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's hateful. That is so hateful. Oh, come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Please make my life better. Like, you have the chance now, Paris Saint-Germain. I'm going to implore you. You have the opportunity to make my life better. All you need to do is score 3 goals in 15 minutes. You want to make my life happier. I don't ask for a lot out of life. You idiot. You think I'm close to beating the man there? Oh my God, Tottenham are in behind again. That's good defending, in fairness. Look at this dodgy keeper. Look, he's come back to his feet. Oh, well done, mate. Played a 5-yard pass straight. Oh, dear. Dear. Bondi in the super chat. Lovely super chat there, Bondi. Thank you very much for your contribution. Has said, Bondi says, Liverpool fan here. What's with your Newcastle hate? Pre-Roman money, Chelsea and Newcastle has similar honours. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. 55k attendance in second division. They got the chance Chelsea had. It would be a very different story. No, that is not true. That is not true. When Chelsea were taken over, Chelsea were a team in the Champions League. When Chelsea were taken over, in the 10 years prior to Roman Abramovich, in the 10 years prior to that, Chelsea had won more than Newcastle have won in the last 100 years. You hearing this? Do you see what happens? Do you see what happens? The media talk about Newcastle was this sleeping giant and everybody agrees it. And people like Bondi, and I love the debate, Bondi, this isn't a personal thing. I genuinely do. Football's about opinion. It's about flexing your analytical muscle. It's about this to and fro. The reason I love going live is to have these conversations. So this isn't me having a pop at you. I'm grateful that you've brought this up. And now I'm going to tell you my opinion, and I'm going to be looking out for your take here. Okay? I want to see you reply to this. My point is this. In the 10 years prior to Abramovich taking over at Stamford Bridge, in those 10 years, Chelsea won more in those 10 years. The Dennis Wise team, the Ken Bates era, the Dennis Wise captain team. Chelsea won more in that era, those 10 years, than Newcastle have won in the last 100. Right? Newcastle last won a league title in 1927. It's okay, so I won't say 100. In the last 95 years. Chelsea won more in 10 years than Newcastle have won in 95 years. Newcastle, when the Premier League was established, were not a Premier League team. They have been relegated out of the Premier League twice. They were not even a Premier League team the year that the Premier League was established. They got promoted that year with the Andy Cole, Peter Beardsley, Gavin Peacock team. They got promoted that year. They were not in the Premier League the first year that it was created. They have also been relegated out of the Premier League. Remember, their prodigal son, Alan Shearer, took them down. And like I say, I'm going to say it one more time, Bondi. The 10 years prior to Chelsea being taken over by Abramovich, everyone says it's all about Abramovich. 10 years before that, we won European trophies. We won this trophy that we're watching now. We beat Real Madrid in Monaco, Gustavo Poyet. In those 10 years, FA Cup, Cup Winners' Cup, Super Cup, another FA Cup, a League Cup. Newcastle have won less than that 10-year period in 100 years. Bondi, I look forward to your reply there, sir. I look forward to your reply. Meccano says, fair play, Rory. That's proper ball knowledge. It's funny, isn't it? Like, that kind of stuff I can do. And people go to me, what do you reckon about Brentford's left back? And I'm like, ah. But that kind of stuff I know. I know more about the fan culture stuff. Rory, have you ever been to Udinese? I have not, but I'd love to go. Is it not that good? It sounds good to me. Lee Richard says, is that Joe Strummer? No, it's the London Calling. Where am I? There. It's the London Calling album, but that isn't actually Joe Strummer, I don't think. It's Paul Simonon. But it is London. You are right. It's The Clash. The reason that's there is because it's London Calling. Like, that album is London. See that geezer smashing the guitar? You know the song London Calling by The Clash? Joe Strummer's, like, iconic band? King Joe Strummer. Strummerville. Let me see. It would actually be 4 trophies each in your comparison. We were in my comparison. I said in 95 years, they won 1 FA Cup. We won 2. So they won an FA. Oh, mate, come on. That's not true. That's just not right. They won the FA Cup in what? 1955? And nothing since. Apart from the League Cup the other day. They went from 1955, where they won the FA Cup, right the way through. Don't bring up the Fairs Cup in the 70s either. That doesn't count. Bondi has replied. He says, it would be 4 trophies each in your comparison. I'd love to have this debate on the club. Think you have got this very wrong. It isn't. My comparison is that Newcastle, since 1927, when they won the league, so go 1928, since 1928, they've won 2 trophies. 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup. I'm saying in the 10 years prior to Chelsea being taken over by Roman Abramovich, in the 10 years prior to Chelsea being taken over by Roman Abramovich, we won an abundance of trophies, including European silverware, including this trophy that we're watching, including going to the Rosunda Stadium in 1998 and watching Gianfranco Zola win a European trophy for us against Stuttgart. Like, we won a League Cup, beating Arsenal in a semi-final. Like, we won the FA Cup, beating Middlesbrough in the final. We won another FA Cup, beating Aston Villa in the final one at Wembley. Like, I don't want to be petty, but Charity Shield's in there. Like, wait, I'm saying, since 1927, let's go 1928, they won 2 trophies. I'm saying in those 10 years before Abramovich came in, we won at least 6. Why does everybody believe they're a big club? Apart from Newcastle having a big stadium and a one-city club, why are they a big club? I genuinely don't get it. You haven't won a league title since 1927. They won 4 league titles. The most recent one was 1927. What are we talking about? Like, do you know who's a big club? Leeds United. Leeds United played in a European final very recently. Like 1975, they were robbed in a European final. Leeds United, a massive club. They won the final old league title before it became a Premier League. Leeds, a massive club. Sheffield Wednesday, a massive club. Everton, huge club. Sunderland, big club. Everton are the only one, though, maybe Leeds, but Everton are the only one that you could legitimately call a sleeping giant. Anybody that thinks Newcastle is a sleeping giant, do you know what my advice is? If someone says that to you, Newcastle, sleeping giant, just agree and then walk away. Oh, someone's talking about the Rosunda Stadium. Yes, sir. Has it gone? But Bondi, I've loved this exchange, sir. You are welcome in these live streams anytime, and I rate your contribution and I rate your debate, and that goes for anyone here, by the way. That was the thing, when I set up this channel, I was thinking, like in the new format, I was like, let's debate anyone, literally anyone that's in YouTube is welcome to come here, and we can thrash it out. And sometimes I'll win debates, sometimes I'll lose them. That's the beauty of it. You flex your analytical muscle, you enjoy it, you hope for the best, and sometimes you argue and you win, and sometimes Neve starts talking about like David Beckham's assists and you lose. It goes both ways. They won 3 FA Cups in the 50s. Okay, so since the 50s. But it's a title in 27. The 50s... The 50s is not... It's 70 years ago. Like, you're pushing 100 years. Like, what? I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Paris Saint-Germain! Thank you, by the way, Kika Games, for the super chat there. And there was another one I need to just go to. This is good. I've been enjoying this. This is what this is meant to be. Let me have a look. Isaiah Castillo, you are not welcome in this chat. Anyone with the surname Castillo, particularly if your name is Isaiah or Tommy, I know that you're Tottenham fans. I know that you live in LA, and I know that you only ever come and talk to me when Tottenham are winning. So over the years, I haven't heard much from you, but you really piped up of late. Kovacs in the super chat. That is a joke, obviously, by the way, Isaiah. Love to you. Love to your brother. I hope that you're both well, and congratulations on this ridiculously brilliant Tottenham win. Kovacs in the super chat here says, thoughts on Liverpool's new centre-back? I don't know much about him, to be honest. I don't know much about him, but I'm pretty sure that another centre-back is going to follow fairly soon. And that is the exact elevation that Liverpool need, addressing the Achilles heel of the team. Because it was troubling at one point. I heard Arne Slot talking about Endo as a centre-half. Heard him talking about Gravenberch as a centre-half. And I was like, it was all a hoax. They know what they're doing. The Madilifa in the super chat says, speaking of Tottenham fans, would love to see some content with expressions. Talking of expressions, Paris Saint-Germain have just got one back. This could be fun. Come on. Oh, PSG. Da, 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 da. Oh, PSG. Luis Enrique looking nonplussed. But look, trust me, Mad Leafer, I will 100% be getting expressions into this studio very soon. That is a promise. You will see that video very, very soon. I give you my word on that. And he says, congratulations on the success. Been here since the first video. Unbelievable support. I do love this community that we're building here, man. Thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in. I really do appreciate it. And like I say, if you're new around here, do me the honour of clicking subscribe, please. We are about 100 subs away from hitting the 151. So if anyone is watching this not subscribed, please, please, please click subscribe. It would be an honour to welcome you to this community. And I've got loads of content coming up. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Please. 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 Oh no, Tottenham are going to get another one, aren't they? Oh my God. Oh dear. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Go forward early. Go long. Just go, go, go. He's just run the ball straight out of play. Porro. Pillock. Oh, dear. Dominica says, does a Super Cup mean more than the Club World Cup? Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous, sir. No. Todd Miller says 1 to 10 on your excitement for Esteval. I think he's going to be unbelievable. You know that. We have a superstar. Really, really excited. Daniel Power in the super chat here says, hello, mate. Do you think there has been too much change at Liverpool that it might take too long for them to gel? Will they have to play catch up? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Daniel, because they had the best team in the league last year. So I think what they'll be able to do is gradually evolve. They don't have to do total shake-ups. They can just gradually evolve. You know, you can give TK minutes when you're 2-0 up at home. He doesn't need to hit the ground running. They've still got Salah for the goals, you know. They can allow it to develop. They can gradually bed in players. You know, Florian Wirtz isn't going to have a huge amount of pressure on him because they already had the most. They already had the best team in the country. They already had the goals. So I feel like they can gradually do it. So ultimately, I don't think in terms of like players that are going to be given a baptism of fire. Like, think about it. So they've signed Kirkes. Kirkes doesn't need to hit the ground running. It would be great for them if he did, but he doesn't need to. Corner to Paris Saint-Germain. The reason he doesn't need to is because they still got Robertson at the club. Robertson will play, Robertson will feature, Robertson can do his job, and you can allow Kirkes to... Come on, son. Right, it's another corner. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Please score. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Kane Mason says, which one Tottenham player would you have for Chelsea? Literally none of them get in our team. Oh, maybe Van der Ven. Maybe centre half. Oh, he's give a goal kick. How can you give a goal kick? It's either a booking for a dive or a penalty. It cannot be a goal kick. It's either a booking for a dive or a penalty. Ben... Oh, Dembele's been booked as well. I mean, he does reach across him, but it's very soft. You can't be given a penalty for that. Ben 2505 says, do you think Nottingham Forest can win the Europa League? The legacy of Brian Clough lives on. Would love to see us in Europe's best competition again. Ben, do you know what? I think that you're going to do really well in Europe. To be totally honest, I think you're going to have a poor season. But I think that you're going to do really well in Europe. And I wouldn't be surprised to see you go into the latter stages. Like, imagine a Tuesday night on the Trent, the mist coming over, as a Thursday night, on the Trent, as the mist comes over the stadium. There is undoubtedly a world where you beat big teams at home. And then Forest have excellent support. You know, I've done a lot of England away days and they travel so well. So there is definitely a world where Forest pick up major results in Europe. And you know, you think of the power of the English teams in Europe. There's such power to the English teams. And it's not all good. You know, there's so much money sloshing around the Premier League that we just blow other leagues out the water. And I don't say that with any positivity. But yeah, I think the Forest are going to have a good season in Europe. I think they're going to have a bad domestic season, Ben. Another super chat has landed from Bondi. Bondi, sir, I'm loving this spa. Pre-Roman, you had one league title. You got to spend freely. Now look, you are arguably the third biggest club in the country. They deserve the same chance. No, that isn't what happened. We didn't get to spend big and became the third biggest club in the country. We were already... I mean, I would argue that whether we're the third biggest club in the country now, to be totally honest with you. But we were already on the ascendancy. We were already moving in the right direction. We were already regularly winning silverware. We were already regularly competing for the league. The reason why Roman Abramovich bought Chelsea was because we were already a successful outfit. Making it to FA Cup finals, making it to finals that we were winning. He bought a team that were in the Champions League. He bought a team that were ready to win a league title. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it had a huge impact. But we were already in the ascendancy. We were already moving on up. Like I say, we had already won the FA Cup in 1997, the League Cup in 1998, the Super Cup in 1998, the Cup Winners' Cup in 1998, the FA Cup in 2000, the Charity Shield in 2000. Then we had a break from silverware, and then obviously Abramovich came in. But that's 6 trophies, 5 major trophies in a Charity Shield, which is more than Newcastle have won. Okay, if I got the dates, it's more than Newcastle have won in 65 years. We won more in the 10 years before the takeover. They got taken over and they'd won nothing for 70 years. They hadn't won a league title for nearly 100 years when they got taken over. We were at very different points in our lives when the takeovers happened. We got taken over when we were in the European Cup. And we were in the European Cup that year because we qualified for it. And 3 years before, we got to the quarterfinals of the European Cup. They were in the doldrums when they got taken over. We were in Europe when we got taken over. We had already had major moments in Europe. Like we beat Barcelona 3-1 at home. The Luis Figo team. Figo scored at Stamford Bridge. But we battered them at home. Torre Andre Flo, Jody Morris was in the team. Dennis Wise was in the team. We battered them at home. Barcelona, Figo and them boys. Battered them. That was all in the build-up to Chelsea being taken over. When we were taken over, we were a wicked team. Winning silverware regularly. When they were taken over, they were nobodies. Yes! Spursy. There we go. Oh my God, that is fantastic. And I'll just have to say it again. I'm meeting Flav at 11 o'clock in the morning. You know how desperate I was? Desperate. Trying to get out of it. Terrified of actually meeting Flav. 11 o'clock the morning after Tottenham winning European silverware, beating Paris Saint-Germain. I'm now going to meet him at 11 o'clock. And there is a chance, there's 3 minutes, there's actually 3 minutes to go. There is a world where they could actually do it in real time. Come on. What a good goal that is from Paris Saint-Germain. They finally, better not be offside. Nah, that's all good. All good. Great goal, amazing cross. Ousmane Dembele, that is a scrumptious cross, man. You just have to score. Whips in like that awkward area, that corridor of uncertainty between the goalkeeper. Hakimi lays it in. Dembele whips it in and it's an easy finish, Rambo. Great goal. Great goal. Great moment. Exactly what we needed. Right, we're straight to penalties, aren't we? There's going to be no extra time here. We are straight to penalties. Flav's going to be unhappy tomorrow. Fingers crossed he is. And you know what? I'm going to have expressions in this studio very soon. And I will thoroughly enjoy bringing this moment up. As long as it ends in the way that we're hoping it does. Are Tottenham back to being Tottenham? I mean, they've got to feel so hard done by here, Tottenham. So unlucky. Like, they did so well for 90 minutes. They really did do so well. Like, it was amazing how well Tottenham did. They were flying. Thomas Frank deserved so much credit. They conceded nothing. They were asking all the questions. They were dominating. They scored 2 very ugly, beautiful goals. And suddenly they have just capitulated. And that is Spursism in a nutshell, I guess. That is what the ideology of Spursism actually means. There's a minute to go and Paris Saint-Germain have the ball. I'm dreaming of something spectacular because I can't tell you how happy I'm going to be if this happens. Come on, one chance, ref. Just give us one chance. One moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. Come on, Hakimi, get it in the box. Throw in. There's not a dream. Come on, son. Right, nice and easy. Just get that one opportunity. Don't get too patient, though. Come on. Seconds away now. 30 seconds. Oh, you little beauty, Vitinha, man. He's so beautiful on the ball. Those feet, the way he moves, man. Just so easy. That's a shame. That's a shame. There was a moment where I just thought, oh my God, Paris Saint-Germain are going to nick it. What a shame. Right, come on. Come on. Right, they've got another chance. Oh, there's a Tottenham player down. Yeah, oh, of course it's Romero. Of course. I'm sure that's a really sincere moment of cramp as well. Definitely stop the game for it. Definitely stop the game for a sincere moment of cramp. Definitely stop the game for that very sincere, totally genuine moment of cramp. Undoubtedly genuine. Don't doubt it. Romero is in a lot of pain there. Right, come on, Paris Saint-Germain. it's a shame. It's gone. Right, it's going to penalties. And that keeper, right? That keeper who had a mare with the Romero goal is desperately going to have something to prove here, which could be magnificent. Right, come on, Paris Saint-Germain. Do the right thing here. Please, I am begging you, do the right thing. Just win the trophy. Just make sure that Tottenham do not win the trophy. I mean, Tottenham can take a lot of credit from this game. They can take a lot of positives from this game. But ultimately, I mean, I just can't believe it. That Ramos goal, that late equaliser. I mean, under 3 minutes remaining, the ball goes out to Hakimi. He just gently ushers the ball into Dembele's path. Dembele fires in a cross right in front of the box, picks out Ramos, heads it home 6 yards out. 2-2. Mate, like, where was that? You know, like, I don't understand why it's taken something as... Like, it's just taken them to do something so late. You know, it was an amazing goal, wasn't it? To get them back in the game, that Lee Kang goal. But, mate, this is it. Come on, Paris Saint-Germain, please. Please win this. I'm going to be over the moon. Oh, somebody's just referring to an Uncle Albert Goff. That's a fantastic reference. And then he gets it wrong. He does it the right, mate. That is an amazing reference there. Well played, the least of us. Absolutely well played. The Ajax scarf, a fine addition. Mate, I've got loads of scarves going about in here. What have I got? I've got Fiorentina. I've got Atletico Madrid. Where have I got behind me? Yeah, Fiorentina here. I've got loads going on. Ay. There is a super chat that has just landed from the Charlie Bozza, who says, do you think Newcastle having an English manager has anything to do with their lack of pull? Considering how uninspiring English managers tend to be in club football. To be totally honest with you, no. I don't think it is directly linked to the manager being English, but I do think that Eddie Howe has a lack of pull. And it isn't about how good he is as a manager. I rate Eddie Howe so highly. But if you are an international player, you want to play for the likes of Luis Enrique. I think you want to play for the likes of Jose Mourinho. You want to play for the likes of Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola. Eddie Howe, because he doesn't have the track record of success, doesn't have that pull. So I don't think it's because he's English. I think English managers can have that pull. Of course they can. I just think that he needs to earn the pull, and the pull generally comes by winning major silverware. But it is an interesting one because they have missed out on so many signings that it can't only be because of the club. There is a failing happening, and there's a failing happening at boardroom level. There's a failing happening with the chairman, Al Ramayan. There's a failing happening with the players, the personnel. There is a failing happening throughout the club at the moment. But I don't think that we can insulate the criticism from Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is partly responsible, of course he is. But for the record, I wanted Eddie Howe to be England manager. Like, I rate Eddie Howe. But I don't think that Eddie Howe has the pull for international players. Like, Brian Mbermo isn't dreaming of playing for Eddie Howe. Of course he isn't. You know, there's no way that Benjamin Sesko is dreaming of playing for Eddie Howe. Of course he isn't. So Newcastle doesn't have the pull. It's important to remember that this isn't an Eddie Howe problem. Newcastle do not have the pull. And Eddie Howe doesn't have the pull either. But Eddie Howe at Man United has the pull. It's more a problem with the allure of Newcastle than it is the Eddie Howe problem. But we're going to penalties now. Keep your fingers crossed. Do the right thing. Do the right thing, Vicario. Concede 5. And then we are laughing. Paris Saint-Germain, please do the right thing. What do you reckon? Who do you think is going to win? Let me know right now. Who is going to win this penalty shootout? The penalties are being taken in front of the Tottenham end, which is significant. The Tottenham end have won the end. The Tottenham end have got the penalties in front of their faithful supporters. The North Londoners, from places such as Broxbourne and Hoddesdon. Who is going to win this? I believe, let me know in the comments. Tottenham win, says Kumwapal. All momentum with PSG. They have less pressure, says Meccano. Donnarumma would win this for Paris Saint-Germain, says Sam. I can't read out Sean's message there. Declan Moore says Paris Saint-Germain. Rafa D says Tottenham. Chevalier will fail. See, I feel like he could actually do more. I think he could elevate here. Robert John says Vicario saves one. That Paris Saint-Germain keeper looks lost. Right, my prediction is Paris Saint-Germain. Broxbourne might be Essex, but it's all Tottenham, isn't it? It's all Tottenham fans. Very few Tottenham. Right, I think that this Paris Saint-Germain keeper is going to shine. He's going to be the star. He's going to make up for the mistake that he made. Dom Solanke steps up and he scores. That's annoying. Chevalier went the right way. I'm a bad man MC. Oh, it's a good penalty from Dominic Solanke. Very good penalty. Right, come on. Chevalier, you get the next one, man. You get the next one. This is no drama now. Mr. Cool himself. Vitinha steps up. Mate, he could take it with his weaker foot. No drama whatsoever. No drama whatsoever. He's just going to gently roll the ball into the far corner. He'll wait for the keeper to move. He'll do that little thing. Just wait for the keeper to move, roll it into the other corner. Easy. Just, ref, this is a goal. No drama. Vitinha scores. Vitinha scores. Done. Next penalty. You don't even need to take it, man. It's a formality. As if this geezer is ever going to miss. Vitinha to miss against Vicario, impossible. He hit it bloody wide! I saw he sent the keeper the wrong way and it went in. He's hit it bloody wide. What stupid angle with the telly? Pillock. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's not going to look good in a clip. That. I was so confident. Right. Chevalier. Come on, mate. Chevalier. Come on, you can save a penalty from Bentancur. Of course you can. Of course you can save a penalty from Bentancur. Please, save it. Save it. I'm very, very upset. Very upset. Oh my God. They're actually going to win it, aren't they? Oh my God. Don't, any of you watching that, do not clip that up and put it on the internet. I know what you're going to do, one of you. You're going to put that on Twitter and people are going to cuss me down. And I don't want you to do that. I'm imploring you now. Be all you can be. Do not do it. Cheap. It's cheap retweets. Don't be doing cheap retweets. Oh, come on, mate. You just have to score it. Thank you, finally. Finally. Right, that's how it's done. That's set the tone now. If any of you clip that up and put it on the internet, I'll find you. I'll hunt you down and I'll find you. And I know one of you's going to do it as well. That was dumb. Why did I do that? Also, I thought he scored. Fool. Please, come on. Right, come on. Chevalier, you owe me. Who's this, Van der Ven? You owe me, Chevalier. Come on. You owe me. You owe me. Yes! Get in! I told you you owe me. That's right. Come on. Come on now, Paris Saint-Germain. Unlucky Van der Ven. Unlucky, mate. Come on. Right, no dramas now. Dembélé. Ramenez les coupes à la maison. Allez le bleu, allez. Venez tu pas le champion. Allez le bleu, allez. Dembélé, 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 Dembélé. Ramenez les coupes à la maison. Allez le bleu, allez. Tu pas le champion. Allez le bleu, allez. Blaze my Tweety. Blaze my Tweety. Blaze my Tweety. He's a good player. Do you remember him, Blaise Matuidi? Good player. Kimpembe, 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 Kimpembe. Ramenez les coupes à la maison. Allez les bleus, allez, venez les coupes à la champion. Allez les bleus, allez. Right, come on. Come on. Chevrolet. It's a weird run up. Chevrolet. Oh! Yes! Well, that's good news, isn't it? That is good news. Oh, he's done it. He's got a pig's ear of that. Tell Mateus, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante. Kante. N'Golo Kante. Ramenez les coupes à la maison. Allez les bleus, allez. Des coupes à la champion. Allez les bleus, allez. Blaise Matuidi. Come on, son. This is it, right? This is it. Game, set, and match. Wallop. Wallop. Bonjour, expressions. Bonjour, Flav Bateman. Avons, allons. Is that it? No. Avons, allons de la patrie. Avons, allons de sa TV. Love, love, love. Right. If he misses this, it's over. Chevrolet. Come on, son. Come on. Come on. Ousmane Dembele's ready to celebrate. Hello, monsieur. Come on. Come on. Please. Please, save it. Save it. Save it. Save it. Save it. Save it. Oh, that's a really good penalty, man. It's a really, really good penalty. Pedro Porro there with a penalty of the night so far, I think. Under pressure, that was really impressive from Pedro Porro. If you're not watching the penalty shootout live, right, Pedro Porro waits for the keeper to make a move. He then places it right in the roof of the net. Totally unsavable penalty, but risky. Really good penalty from Pedro Porro, man. Impressive. Very impressive. Oh, my God, I'm so nervous here. Oh, my God, I'm so nervous here. Please, come on. Who's up? Mendes. Right, come on. Nothing silly now. Nothing silly. Just knock it in the net. Look, you've scored from this distance a million times in your life. Wallop. That's my guy. That's it! Get in! Ramenez les coupes à la maison. Allez le bleu, allez. Ramenez les coupes à la champion. Look at those Paris Saint-Germain fans going potty. That is proper fan culture there. The Paris Saint-Germain fans, absolutely exceptional. I kid you not. It is one of the best supporters in the land. It is one of the best supported clubs in the land. The story of Paris Saint-Germain, the Boulogne boys, the Stade Routais, anybody that is interested in fan culture has to embrace what has happened at Paris Saint-Germain. Read up on it. It is a fascinating fan culture. It really is. And those ultras are some of the most devoted, noisy, partisan and passionate fans in the world. And they just beaten Tottenham, so I'm over the moon. I am over the moon. I was terribly worried that Tottenham were going to win that game. And I will be totally honest with you. Tottenham should be very proud of this tonight. They should be very proud of this. Paris Saint-Germain did what Paris Saint-Germain do. They win. They find a way to win. They win beautifully. They win ugly, but they win. And they have made history in Udinese tonight. But Tottenham, and I never say this, people will position this as being Spursy. People will position this as being bad for Tottenham. But I think Tottenham should be really proud of themselves. You think of those four dazzling attackers that represent Paris Saint-Germain. You think of those four dazzling attackers that they have at their disposal. You think about that elite level manager that is Luis Enrique. Tottenham kept them so quiet. Tottenham kept them so quiet. And if they were slightly more concentrated at the end of the game, they would have won tonight. You know, they what was it? 90 plus 4 is when Ramos scored. 90 plus 4. So they just needed to be a little bit switched on, a little bit cleverer, and Tottenham would have won the game. I'm really serious here. Thomas Frank is a wicked manager. And Tottenham can take loads of positives from that. I don't want that to be true. Do you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to sit here now. Anyone that watches this content regularly will know that I have no time for Tottenham Hotspur and I love them getting beat. Everybody knows that. And I would love to go, Spursism, the ideology of Spursism's back. Tottenham have capitulated. What a load of rubbish. But it's not true. Tottenham did really well tonight. And a couple of minutes has cost them. But if you're a Tottenham fan watching this Frank evolution, looks good to me. It really does look good to me. Can I ask you a massive favour? Would you please click subscribe? We are so close to breaking the 350,000 barrier. So close to breaking it. We just need to get to 351. And we're about 100 away. If anyone is watching this video and hasn't clicked subscribe, please do me a massive favour. Click subscribe. It would be honestly, it would be an honour to welcome you into this community. Thank you so much. And before you go, could you leave a like on the stream? Really does help me out. As Mikano in the super chat there says, like and subscribe and hit the bell. Amazing night. I've loved doing this live. I'm going to be doing loads of these, by the way, so please do click subscribe so you don't miss them. They're great fun. You know, just a few of us in here, we have a chat, watch the game. Lovely time, lovely way to spend time, and the community that we're building here, I love it. So I want to say a good night to you all. A huge amount of thanks from me to you. I'm honoured that you've tuned in. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a wonderful time. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Hit subscribe and remember, Ramanele coupe à la maison, allez le bleu.